Wow, you're chipper today.
I'm really not. I feel terrible. I just got back from the doctor. Um, Danielle's infinite what the hell's going on situation. But it doesn't matter because we're so up and we're excited to be here because it's for a good goddamn cause. If you hate immigration custom enforcement, you're in the right place. Um,
Everybody clap.
Lyric, how are ya?
Um,
Yeah.
they whooping me, man. I don't know. Life is whooping me right now, but I'm also very happy to be here for a great cause. Um, that's all. Yeah, that's it. But you know what? I'm actually really excited about like the premise of this show. Like the whole PowerPoint party thing. I haven't done one of those in years. Um, and I actually procrastinated doing my PowerPoint for a bit. I'm not gonna lie about that. I did procrastinate, but once I started getting going with it, I had a lot of fun. So
I had a similar but then opposite experience. Realized I hadn't done it. I said, "Wow, Danielle, it's 5:50." Luckily, this is a topic in which I'm well versed. I went with the classics, so there may not be a great deal of content on the slides, but I have a great deal to say. But that's how it's supposed to be anyway.
absolutely.
Um,
Oh, that's how mine is set up as well. I don't. There's not too much on the slides themselves, but I am firmly like prepared to talk everybody's ear off because this is important.
I feel like the other thing that makes PowerPoint nights fun is when people like ask questions. It's like not as fun when you're like just talking like we need an active, engaged audience, whether that's lyric to me to her, or anybody who happens to be watching. To the four people who are currently watching,
Yeah,
make sure you tune in,
just kind of important. That's,
watch in, clock in.
that's what we do.
If you are able to donate to our pledge, the information will be right there the whole entire time. Hi Diva, who said that she's watching. But yeah, information will be there the whole entire time. If you are able to donate, please make sure you consider it. It's for a great cause. All proceeds related to the stream that come through Black Girl Wrestling will also be donated to that cause, and then we of course will be donating ourselves as well. So, because we live our raps. Some of y'all, oh, should I say that? Yeah, I will.
It's spooky.
Okay. Also, thank you for the happy early birthday. Some of you guys, not our audience. I think there are other folks who engage with professional wrestling who say one thing and live another. That will never be the case over here at PG Dub.
Wink, wink, wiggle, wiggle.
Should we name names?
At ease, Queen. We're not. We just started.
Really messy today. I don't know.
You know,
Let's all be on our worst behavior. How about that?
we do that every week for fun.
No, I every week on the Dynamite Diaries, I'm genuinely like that's my top 80 percentile. Like that's really good for me. Today I kind of want to cause problems. I kind of want to start drama. I don't know a whole lot of people in the professional wrestling space, but I'd like to cause beef
You
with
just
most of them.
you just want to get negative for no reason. I respect that about you. I've always really respected that about you. You really don't. You just be swinging, eyes
Yeah,
closed, swinging.
sure.
Speaking
Uh,
of eyes closed, just swinging, that reminds me of Drake. Did you listen to this man?
no, I didn't listen to that shit. I was
I
on the fence about listening to one album. This nigga said, "Oh, I got three. Keep it."
said no. I will say I thought if it was just Iceman, I was considering it just as like a hate listen, but 3 albums, whoa. Again, when I hear stuff like that, it tells me you think you're Beyonce? You think you're better than Beyonce? Beyonce didn't even give us 3 acts at one time. So who do you think you are? I don't I no. The answer is no. We're not doing that.
The funniest part to me is just like when I saw his three albums, I was like, I know you don't have that much to say. You've never had that much to say in your whole goddamn life. You mean to tell me that three times over you said this one's a hit and then this one's a hit? Girl, fuck you. And I, as soon as I realized that it was three albums, I was like, no, I'm out because I knew that black people on Twitter would tell me how it was regardless. I woke up. They said, "Go ahead, unrelease this one, bro." I said, "Right."
And then I will say the things that I'm seeing from the male species on the side of this of just like the way I never want to hear y'all talk about women being fangirls ever again. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna just leave it there.
Oh no, I'm not gonna leave it there. I'm gonna take it further.
Go ahead.
There's so many of y'all. You know that tweet that that got bro pussy wet. So many of y'all are living that with Drake. It's outlandish.
It's so
you. He don't
like it's crazy, Dani. Like it's nuts.
And what's crazy is like all this for what? Like that shit sound corny. I thought I was cold, so it's always on ice. But your man's on fire, so it's real fucking hot. Nigga, what are you saying to me?
I will say, I was in the car with one of my homegirls today. She said, "Yeah, this is the new Drake. It's hard." I said, "This man is rapping hooked on phonics. Are you kidding me? The rhyme schemes are elementary." But you know what? When they said 3 albums at one time, I understood Drake. Just this is a very much a get out of my contract type of plea. Y'all needed 3 more albums here, fine.
And you threw everything at the wall, and you're like, probably 2 or 3 of them got to be hits, right? Like that's close enough. That's all it was. You wanted us to round up, Aubrey? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Fast rhyme. Shut the fuck up. It really pissed me off, genuinely. Because like it's so audacious, and I know he was so excited. He said, "I'm gonna get it back. I'm gonna get it back in blood on everybody." This one I'm gonna say, "Oh brother, you sat on this shit for a year. Are you not embarrassed? Bring back shame." And how is there nobody in your crew at your label, nobody that heard this? Well, label aside,
I was about to say crew too. There's literally an entire song about the failures of Drake's support system.
Well, here's the thing. Well, clearly, but I would also add, right? Like, no matter how close we are, truly, if you tell me, right, listen to this 33 song project I got. No.
That's how Chris Brown be moving now, and it's just like. And you know what?
What I see the same ass. I don't care.
Yes, but that was really the point I was trying to make. I was saying it's just like you know how their defenders would be like, "Oh, this is quantity does not always equal quantity, right?" And like I saw like when the new Chris Brown album came out, people were like, "Well, Cowboy Carter has what 20 something tracks." Whoa there,
Beyonce.
Well there, and also. Beyonce has some 20 track. Yes, but also these are like carefully placed interludes, and it's not like it's just singing just to sing. You know what I'm saying? Like it's all very intentional, very strategic. Everything has a place, everything has a time. I don't know, man. We gotta defund, and then also too. When I saw that there was a track called "Run to Atlanta" featuring Future, I said, "Y'all are so unserious. You people Future, you started this. Am I the only person who heard like that?"
I just like, and it's so funny to me because we all are just we're supposed to pretend that was good. What did you think was gonna happen? Like, and then niggas on Twitter talking about, "Oh yeah, y'all stay on that side when a new Drake drops. I'm staying right here, brother. You can plant me like a tree. What the fuck?"
I live there, actually. I live on that side. I'm not leaving. I'm not moving. I have no reason to veer off course.
Just loud and wrong. You have nothing to say. Shut up. Shut up.
Let it out, sister.
That's how I feel about the new Drake, guys.
Well,
in case anybody was wondering.
Everybody clap.
What else is happening today?
Oh, did you watch Supercard of Honor?
You want the God's honest truth? No, because I was trying to practice how to do a backbend. But
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I
Sure.
did it. I just trying to remember if I could, and I did, of course.
I believe you. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Mhm. Well, I watched Super Card of Honor. And I'm gonna be honest, that was it wasn't a waste of my time. I don't want to say a waste of my time, especially any American show with that much women's wrestling on it can't be considered a waste of my time. However, there was a lot of fluff and filler on there that I was not really. It was long. Like, why did the show end after midnight, bro? Like, let's be real. I do want to give a shout. Like, I think that all the women's matches delivered for me. Um, Pure title match was solid. Women's TV title match was solid. What else was on there? The I think the main event was great. I know the big point of contention was that obviously Athena retained, which I think a lot of that criticism is 100% well founded. But the actual match, holy shit, it was great. Um, Everybody looked really good. And I will say, like, it was the way that the survival of the fittest match was structured. I think that they made just about everybody looked really strong. Like, everybody looked like a legitimate threat. I think the weakest person wrestling in the match was probably Zeta, but she also was the first out. And I think also too, like, for her, the accomplishment was just being in the match. Like, she's young enough to just, like, it was amazing experience just to be there. I think that was the best I've probably ever seen Trisha Dora look. She looked like a murderer in that match. When I say just strong, absolutely strong, she looked super strong, literally up until the point she got pinned. Yuka Sakazaki looked like a killer. But that Maya World, as y'all know, Maya is one of our tippy top clients.
Certified Black Girl Wrestling Diva.
Yes. We've interviewed her before. We'll hopefully get the opportunity to interview her again.
She came on the last charity stream.
Absolutely. Actual friend of the show. The way Maya looked in this, and I think also too, that final three being Athena and her daughters. I think what I was on the edge of my seat, and we've talked about this on the Dynamite Diaries a lot recently, of just like not feeling particularly invested and like locked into wrestling, of just like there's no stories to really like sink our teeth into. This was the exact opposite of that. Of like, I felt like I was really in the field with them. I felt like I was following this story. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, these are Athena, her mentees, and like this is like they get stronger every time that they face her. But then she has like the tension between her and Billy, and like, and Maya is getting double teamed, by the way. Like, Maya's getting double teamed, and she's continuing to like just fight back, and she's become like this super baby face. And Athena's taking crazy bumps that she has no business taking at this point in her career. She's doing it for the love of the game. That's big, the biggest mama. The biggest of the biggest of the biggest mama. And I think that Billy Starks really, she has found a way to keep crazy white boy graps alive.
Yeah, truly.
Yeah, like she is like, I don't even know, like a direct descendant of those 2000 crazy white boys. I mean, a direct descendant. And she's insane. She even tried to tone down how insane she was. And then you have Yuka Sakazaki come out of nowhere and be like, no, anybody want to die today? That's cool. We can do that. Beautiful. The finish, I know that I think that like that's probably the only contention about it. But as far as a match, oh, I had a splendid time. Bandito versus Blake Christian was also really good. I expected nothing less. Listen, it was always going to underwhelm. You have to think this time last year, well, not this time last year, but last year for Super Card of Honor, the main event, we were there. We stood up and wept. Like I tried to explain this. I tried to explain this on Twitter yesterday, but like a lot of wrestlers, you're totally fine to just watch on television, and I think that it'll be a perfectly fine experience to like capture that essence. But like Bandito is like Pac in the 90s. You gotta see him. You have to see him in person at least once. At least once in your life. You have to see Bandito live. Like it's I looked over because me and Dani were sitting in the same place, not for that show. And I looked over, her tongue is out. Wagging, the people on their feet. Nobody is sitting down. Like nobody is sitting down. That was a spiritual experience.
True. And you know what? For as good, I swear to God, we talk about that All-In weekend as if like it was truly like a defining moment of our adult lives. But I gotta be honest, I will point to that match in particular. That was a defining moment of my whole summer. I had so much fun at that Supercard show. Shout out to the people that gave me a ticket. But I
real emotion.
Man, I think about that all of the time, and I saw the other folks were reminiscing on it, you know, as well. I think for me, I don't watch Ring of Honor as often. I usually catch the pay-per-views. I didn't this time because, like I said, I was focused on revisiting my early years of gymnastics. But I understand a lot of the frustration that folks have with Ring of Honor. I think that what you get a Ring of Honor is really, really entertaining graps that sometimes feels like it's going nowhere, you know? And I think that I say all this to say I want to talk about Athena retaining. And you know, oh, you didn't watch the match. It's not about this actual match. It's about, you know, kind of where we are with her in that belt, period. Because I know that there are lots of valid criticisms and arguments as to why she needs to drop that belt. A lot of people feel like the division is, you know, is and has been stagnant since she's, you know, continued to have that belt for 6 billion years. And as a result, like it's, you know, kind of resulted in circular booking. It's kind of resulted in, you know, everybody kind of being stopped because of her world title reign. And I understand that. And I think that that is a valid concern. I think that the issue that I have is folks who take the other route, who say, well, I need Athena to drop, and I tweeted this, but like, I need Athena to drop that belt so that she can be on AEW TV, you know, all of the time. But that's not really an issue because that's never been an issue on the men's side. Bandito is on TV all the time, you know.
The last 4 champions, Claudio, Chris Jericho, Derogatory, Mark Briscoe, and Bandito.
All of them have no, like, if they're not on TV, it's not because they're Ring of Honor world champion. They have no qualms of double booking those folks. You've got somebody like Athena who has said 1,000,000 times over, yes, she loves Ring of Honor. She wants to continue to be Ring of Honor forever world champion, but she also wants to be on AEW. And so I just take issue with folks who really sink their teeth into that particular argument and are like, well, this needs to happen because, you know, otherwise she's going to be just in Ring of Honor this whole time. First of all, there's no such thing as just Ring of Honor. But second of all, you know what I mean? Like, this goes back into the Tony Khan mind control. Don't fall for it. You don't have to choose, baby. You don't have to choose. He makes you look over at the women and say, well, you can't have everything. You're like, but you can, because you just did it over here, bitch.
That's too damn bad.
That's to keep digging.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That was a permanent vocal stem of mine. Permanent. What's one of yours? What's a vocal stem for you?
What is one? Oh, I'd say a lot of Drewski ones, like that don't sign right here. Sign right here. I said that one a lot. I also say whoa now. Staff only. Staff only. um and recently I've been saying what is it? It's from this season 8 of 911 when Buck said he's a renter. I keep saying that. He's a renter.
One of my permanent vocal stems is like, I don't remember what that show is called, but it's a show where basically all of these like cartoon characters are in high school and they're like also historic figures. TLDR, there's a part of the show where they're just like, kill John Lennon. I say that all of the time, sometimes in public, and it's not well received.
No.
What else do I say? What I've started saying is like it's not a vocal stem as much as it's a bit. Like whenever somebody says they're gonna do something, like if somebody's like, oh yeah, like I'm probably gonna have another drink, or I'm probably gonna drive there instead of flying there. I'm like, are you sure it's a good idea? Like given your history. Like that is so funny to me. Sucks the air right out of a room. I love it.
You do love sucking the air out of a room, I will say. It's really funny because like you'll see like everybody else get really uncomfortable and like Dani will be like
Did something happen?
Did something happen?
Yeah.
Who knows? Womp womp.
Womp womp. But also guys, yeah, welcome to the stream, I guess. We're gonna have one guest. We have one guest who will be joining us, I believe, at the top of the hour. Another certified friend of the channel, but it's a surprise. You might remember her by her incredibly talented, the fantastic verse that she dropped. So just get ready.
Absolutely.
What else has happened in the last couple days?
Oh my gosh, you said we would finally talk about the 911 finale. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't seen the last 3 episodes.
Okay, well. Ooh. You know what? Okay, well, you already know. So how do you feel about the donor baby storyline? Explain. You know what I would also like to say is like you're also insane because I have a text message from you from 3 weeks, and it's funny because like I want to say that Dani's a terrible texter. Like she's honest to God, probably the worst texture like I've ever encountered in my entire life. And the thing is, like, she'll either be like, you'll have some pockets of 2 hours every month where she's super responsive, right? She'll you say, but outside of those 2 hours every month, you have to like literally send her a message and wait 3 to 5 business days. But there will also be times where she will randomly send you a message and then like scamper off into like like she'll drop a random text that you didn't ask for off, and then you won't hear from her for a week. And so like I don't even know what time this came in. I don't know I think it was late at night or something to say, yeah, Buck about to go home with that baby, right? What is she talking about? By then, I haven't even finished like binge watching the show or anything like that. 3 weeks later, like clockwork.
There go that white baby. I will say, okay, so I was really it had been like a fan theory for Dani will text me a random question and disappear for a week. Yeah. Oh wait, I'm gonna ask the vampire question. I'm glad you brought that up, AJ. But I love everybody though. Pistola. But so it had been a popular fan theory / fic trope for a long time, like donor baby. I had absolutely no interest in seeing it because for a long time, and I still kind of feel like this, I'm like, I feel like it's kind of like jumping the shark a little bit because it don't make no damn sense. Like, why would you, as the sperm donor, be the next of that's not how these things work. Also, given the context of the current season, like this guy just got over an opioid addiction. You're not exactly in a position
dependency. Just there is a.
My apologies.
Yes.
But regardless, like, brother, we've been having a time. Who would give this bitch a kid? I wasn't into it because I feel like there are very few. Like when it first started floating as a theory, because I mean, as soon as he donated sperm, I was like, wow, this is dumb. And it's definitely going to come back. Like, there's no way that this is just like a one and done. As soon as it happened, like all those seasons ago, I was like, I don't want that, because a kid is one of those very few like tropes or whatever that you can't take back.
You can't, bro. You can't just give this bro back after. And the way that they did it too, like, you can't give it back.
That's why I'm like, so 911 loves to write something, and then if it's not working, they'll give it 3-4 episodes, but y'all didn't like that. And they produce the show only like a couple weeks before it actually airs. So you are seeing like some real-time adjustments, especially in those earlier seasons. And so I didn't like the idea of an accidental baby acquisition. I didn't like the idea that one of his old hookups was going to come back with a kid. And I didn't like the idea of a sperm donor baby, because I thought, if this is bad, you can't undo it. And for the rest of the show, we've got, this kid to deal with. The way that they did it, I was actually like okay with in the grand scheme of things, because it felt like it fit a little bit more. I don't think it would have worked if the kid would have been a newborn. I don't think it would have worked if the kid would have been like a teenager. I think it felt a little bit more authentic the way that they kind of wrote it back. I still wouldn't have done it. But I'm cool with it. It's not going to be something that's going to have me like turn the show off. When I was like a couple years ago, if you would have said that to me, I would have been like, man, fuck 911. Why the fuck would they do that? I also think the other thing with that too is like, to me at least, it saves us for at least the first half of the next season from a romantic storyline. Because
I will say, escaping a full season with like no love interest, and even to like all the comments and like the exit interviews I've heard is basically like, nah, no love interests are coming up. Yeah, again, people could be lying, but I don't think that like that's in the cards of, I don't think every time like something has ever gone wrong in this show, oh, Buck is sad, give him a kid. And it's like, okay, now we have a permanent one. I will say the casting department, they really do look alike. And they all, and I will say it what really hurts me like the most is that I like the way they did it. So like, I've come around on it. But the fact that we'll never see Grandpa Bobby, we'll never see Papa Bobby Nash with his grandson. He'll never see Buck become a dad. It haunts me. It genuinely haunts me.
You know what? Like, what my real qualm was with it, if you want me to be really honest, I think 911 is best when Buck is suffering. I think the show is its most watchable and interesting when he's going through torture city.
What's that sound like? That sounds like AEW, but continue.
I really do. And I think I was against the idea of him having a kid, because I'm like, I feel like that like kind of takes away an element. Like, you're not gonna, I don't know.
Here's the thing, and I hear you, and I agree, but I think that like the show dynamic is different now in the sense of when he was the second male lead, because I think that he was the second male lead for most of the show. I think that you could keep him in a perpetual state of suffering 24/7. But he's now the first male lead. And so it can't be every day suffer, die.
No, that's not what I want. What I want is depth. What I want is
yes, and I fair and like this year, especially like this season, and I will say this as somebody who really liked season 9. I think that it was really well done, especially the way that I watched it, because like I started in the middle and then was watching it concurrently, but then like I went back and like I watched it from the beginning with the foresight of the so like they did a really good job of like doing like foreshadowing things that were going to happen later in the season and closing the loop on certain things. But the amount of like mini horrors they put Buck through in like 4 different episodes without any of them getting a chance to breathe. Like, you have to think, we still haven't seen, like, Buck and Eddie still haven't talked about New Mexico. Like, about like,
you're not gonna. That's the thing about 911. That's the thing about 911, which is just literally at any given point, you could be watching 4 different types of shows. Remember, we started the goddamn season in space. All right. So when you put all these things into context, you're like, I feel like one of the things 911 has always struggled with is like, no, don't wander, focus. don't wander, focus. And I feel like it has been really prevalent to me since they killed Bobby off, which is like, okay, we don't actually like, what are we actually talking about? Are we actually talking about grief? Are we actually talking about why the fuck these people are in space? Are we actually talking about, the dynamic that Maddie has, which is like, it's.
I will say, Maddie got robbed this season. Maddie and Chim. That's why I saw people crying about like, oh my god, the buddy, no, guys. There was actually a spreadsheet that they got the most screen time than they've ever gotten in any season, in season 9. Maddie and Chim got nothing.
That's the problem. The problem with the show is that now you don't have a focus, because really what people watch this show for is because they like the characters, not the goddamn plot. We don't want to see people in space. Nobody gives a fuck about the B-NATO. Like, that's not what it's about. It's about the characters. And so you've got folks who you could look at any of these characters individually and say, no, they didn't have an arc that made sense with enough screen time this season. No, Hen didn't have an arc that made sense with enough screen time. Maddie and Chim didn't have an arc that made sense with enough screen time.
Okay.
What was the focus of Eddie's season? What was actually going on there?
I do think that Hen had a lot more direction than Maddie season,
and then we didn't bring it up. That's why my issue is like,
but I will say they did revisit her illness at certain parts in those last 3 episodes, which I think was helpful. But
I think my bigger thing is like, you watch this show, and this season I think they made one of their most entertaining seasons of TV. It still felt all over the place. And it still did not feel like you did right by all of your characters. And so I'm like, I just, it's been, 10 seasons of like, what is the plot? What are we talking about? And so that's the kind of shit that has you saying, no, the show itself is not good. But I love it. That's different.
Chimney, I think probably Chimney and Maddie, but like specifically Chimney, to take over the captain's position and get like such nothing was really a lot. And like in the season finale, like it ends with baby Nash's birthday party. Maddie and Chim don't even get lines.
I think the problem with 911 is that they tried to fit so much into 18 episodes that you do very few.
They ran out of time at the end.
You not even at the end. Just in the middle, sometimes they'll just be like, okay, yeah, don't worry about that anymore. like
no, they ran out of time. No, they literally ran out of time in the season finale, because it's just like, okay, the hospital's on lockdown for like the first 50 minutes of the show. And then you'll have like we still got like 5 more minutes of hospital scenes. And then the last 3 minutes.
Gotta wrap it up.
Yeah.
It's one of those things like, now we could have stretched that out between 2 weeks, and we could have cut out the whole, time where.
We could have done 2 episodes off that space arc. We could have taken 2 episodes.
We should have. But we also could have, we shouldn't have focused as much on that girl that got weirdly attached to Eddie and then was in his house.
Yes.
For what? What did all that end with? Not goddamn nothing.
And we never saw Alex again either.
No, like none of that stuff served any purpose. And so it's like you act like it's the same with AEW. You act like you don't have any time. You act like you were forced to do all of these things. No, you're actually in charge. Stop putting out good ideas and be like, yeah, we didn't have time to get into that.
Do you think that Tim Minier and Tony Khan would be friends?
Absolutely not, because I think they both lack self-awareness. So I'd be like, I don't know why these people think I've got something in common with them.
They've had such, like, now that I've seen both things, the decision making is like dangerously similar.
Yeah.
Like, it's actually scary. Good Lord. Well,
shifting gears, I saw a TikTok the other day that has been really like resonating with me. And I need everyone of every, I don't say this all the time, every racial and ethnic background to weigh in on this question. Okay. If there was a vampire who refused to drink anything but white people's blood, is that racist or progressive?
I think it depends on intent.
You won't answer any questions.
It depends. Well,
you won't know the intent.
Well, me being black, I think I would just have to assume it was racist. But at the same time, no, I can't say that, because at the end of the day, I'm not getting bit. So, but it depends on like how they drink blood, right? Are we draining people to their core? Are we just, getting a little, compelling them to go on about their day? There's so many different, layers to this. Again, somebody just asked the question, and this vamp lore is drinking blood, murder or sex? It's kind of like, these are really important questions. I think context is everything.
No, you don't get any more context. Here is that's the whole premise. They refuse to tell you why. They refuse. Darby Allin versus Sammy Guevara does not seem like the time. They won't go on the record about any of that. Okay, you just know that there is a vampire.
None of these words in the Bible, man.
Whose public policy is that they only drink white people's blood. Is it mandatory, or they just drink, or they just like white people's? We don't know.
Well, I think that I would just have to mind my business and be grateful that nobody wanted to try on me.
So one or the other.
I'd have to err on the side of racist. And I will say, simply because I watched True Blood, and I think, seeing the vampire show from the perspective of deep Louisiana, in the South, and how even in the midst of blood-sucking vampires everywhere, people will always find a way to be racist.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
I think of it more, guys, maybe I'm dating myself. Has anyone here ever seen Shadowhunters?
I read the books.
Let me tell you. I used to love that show. That show was terrible. When I was 15, even when I was 15, I knew it was terrible. But it's god awful. The acting's terrible, the plot is bad, but I loved it. But that's my only real knowledge of like vampires, I guess, and that's very like surface level. Because if it was a vampire saying they only drink black people's blood, I'd be like, why us? True. What makes their blood better than mine? Exactly. But they didn't necessarily say it was better, but like they're just drinking it, but they want to live. That's what,
Yeah, man. I think I would just have to assume racism, but I would be pleasantly surprised if it was for a more altruistic reason.
Would you call them out?
Hell no. I ain't trying to get big. I ain't gonna none. Yeah, hell no. Like
So
my
would
thing
you
is,
be in support of a policy?
you know what? And I'll be honest, especially as somebody who's grown up like in the deep south, sometimes you can identify things as racist, but also acknowledge that if it ain't got nothing to do with you, go on about your business.
Oh
Like
no,
that's like me. Like there's this place in South Carolina, right? Specific. It's called Maurice's Barbecue, and it's a chain. It's a chain barbecue spot, and they're literally all over South Carolina, right? And the owner, Maurice, has been very clear, hates black people, like and don't have the Confederate and like the Confederate flag used to hang out on like on top of the buildings and stuff, and now it's the American flag. Sure, um, but I can acknowledge that this place is known as being racist, but without going out of my way to go there every single week to be like, why won't you serve me? Best thing is, hey man, now like I'm gonna stay out your way. I'm gonna stay out your way. That's my thing. If like
no, I understand that, and I think I'd be the same. Like I don't want nothing to do with
I don't want no smoke.
nothing to do with that. And so there's a vampire that was only saying, I'm only gonna drink white people blood. You do that. That works for me, actually. AJ had a great answer though. She said, I think it's racist because he isn't answering the question. If he was doing it to be progressive, he would be telling everybody with some white savior complex, bragging the fact he's hiding means it's shame. I think that's actually a great answer.
I think that's a great answer, actually. Because I will say, if it was supposed to be done to be progressive, literally everybody would know about it.
That's true.
Yeah, everybody would know about it. That's a good question, though. Do you have any more, like moral ultimatums that you like to share with the class?
I always do. But I like doing. That's another thing that'll like just like suck the air out of a room. Let's see. What else do I ask people? Do you have any? You go first. It's your turn.
Well, I don't have anything. You said you got that from TikTok. I don't think I've gotten. I haven't seen anything like recent that's. I don't think.
Okay. Let me think. Oh my gosh. I feel like I repeat the same ones. And so I'm like, I don't know if I've asked these like before on here. Okay. This one's a bit odd. Okay. If you witnessed somebody get hit by a bus.
Oh.
Okay. But you're the only witness. You don't have a cell phone. There's nobody on the bus. It's just the bus driver. And then a train comes through. Hits that same person. Okay. The train has all these people on it, including the conductor. And they hit this person. And you, like, everybody on the train thinks that they are the one who caused this person's death. You and the bus driver are the only person who think that they're, who know the actual truth. And based on all the evidence or whatever, they're the only person that, that's it. It's never going to actually come out. You're the only person, the star witness. The bus driver, a single mother who has been through a great deal. She's got kids at home. Like, she's begging and pleading with you to just accept the story that the people on the train are saying, because the train conductor's saying, my bad, train conductor, white man, he's saying, my bad, I hit her, I'll take the consequences, whatever. Would you go up there as the state's witness and tell them what actually happened, or would you let the person who think they did it take the blame for it? No one will ever know except you and that bus driver.
I'm gonna be honest, because like my anxiety's so bad, I just have to tell the truth.
Mm.
I'd have to tell the truth. I really would. I really would have to tell the truth. Just because like I get so anxious, and like the way that I beat myself up. Like, I don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm against lying. I can lie about a little shit, like it's just like, well, sure. But like carrying it, especially if somebody got hurt, like if somebody actually got hurt, like a human being actually got harmed, and especially if like it's real harm, like if it's just a couple scratches or something.
What if they wake up and they're like the person that got hit, and they wake up and they're like, what happened? Are you gonna tell them the truth? Because I think that does change it. If like the person's actually okay and they're like, oh my God, what happened?
Oh, they're okay?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm going to. But only, I'd have to have a confirm. Like you. Don't ask me that, bro. Not on camera, please.
I would probably just default to like, I wasn't wearing my glasses. I didn't see anything. Like I just heard a lot of craziness. I don't know. I'm sorry. Oh, I can't win my lawsuit if you don't. I couldn't see. I'm sorry. I took a really long blink. AJ said depends. Is the train conductor bald? Yes.
Okay. Hold on. We have Emily's here. Are we ready?
Yay! It's time for our superstar guest of all time. I sent you her PowerPoint. Did you see?
Yes, I just got access to it. I'm downloading it. I'm about to get jiggy.
Please don't ever say that again.
Can't say that. Sometimes I've officially reached the age, like this year, I've gotten age checked so many times of like people saying like, Lyric, I've never heard of this, or Lyric, hey, listen, this is a little too old for me. And I'm like, am I really that old now?
Like what? What did you say?
What was it? It was, we were having a conversation in the group chat about like our fan fiction origins, and I was like, yeah, like I was there from like the Harry Potter and Twilight days and stuff, and I think Jalen was like, hey, Lyric, whoa, man, before my time. I said, huh?
I didn't read. I've never read Harry Potter or Twilight. I was really committed to being different when I was younger. I don't like playing pretend. So
that doesn't shock me at all. It doesn't shock me about you at all. Let's see.
So guys, let me also explain in case for some reason you live under a rock. And it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So a PowerPoint night is exactly what it sounds like. Each of us, myself, Lyric, and our one esteemed special guest, Emily, will come on here and talk to you, explain to you, really get into the nitty-gritty about something that they're really passionate about. I think Emily's is the only one that's related to wrestling. So
mine's a little bit of wrestling, but it's not about wrestling, no.
Mine's completely unrelated. So strap in, get ready to hyperfixate, babes, because now's the time.
If I can figure out how to like upload this, because that's kind of important.
Everybody boo her,
please, Dani, please.
I love saying weird old things. I picked up, like my grandma used to describe short people as knee high to a duck. That's funny as hell. I've never heard that, but I love that. You know what I said the other day? I said in a meeting, like, oh, we don't need to borrow trouble from the future. And they were like, did you just write that? I was like, what? No,
I'm going to be honest. You should have just claimed it. I would have just told them it's just something that I do, just be like, yeah.
Off the dome. That's who I am. That's what I do.
Slight, just something I just wanted to, I like to tell the girls.
But I was like, what? Yeah, and you're the only guest. You want to know why? For the you know what? Maybe I won't tell the truth. But you are the only guest. This stream was it came together. It's coming together.
You don't have to tell people that. You don't have to tell people
we speak. We're doing our best. So Guys, what are other old phrases that you've heard that you've really latched on to? I think there's a lot of classic Black ones and Southern ones and Black Southern ones. One of my favorites is always Lord willing and the creek don't rise.
Huh.
That hits. Why do you look so confused?
Because listen, I'm you just keep talking, and I'm currently like trying to figure this out.
Right.
I hate when people look at me because I be looking crazy sometimes when I'm trying to figure something out. I'm like, huh?
Me too. I have the worst, like, oh my God, guys, I have the worst, like, I don't have a poker face at all.
Really? I've never assumed that about you.
Really?
You seem like you would be a great liar.
Oh, well, that's different. Like, if I know I'm gonna have to lie, like, that's fine. You won't ever tell. I'm really good at that. But if somebody, like, I can't hide it. If somebody says something dumb or something that doesn't make sense, like, it's a lot of. And it happened to me the other day in a place where that was absolutely 100% unacceptable for that to be the case. And Lyric, I'll tell you more details about it later. But I literally was like, and someone that I know, love, and trust was like, you need to fix your face immediately because everyone here can tell. And I was like, well, maybe we should all just like make better choices and then I wouldn't have to react like that.
Listen, anyway, you know we can see you?
Do you know we can see you?
Okay, I'm just going to share the tab. Maybe that'll work better.
It's not going to work.
Huh? Why would you say that?
I don't know. Just being a hater.
Yeah.
We're just building up the anticipation for Emily because she's that great and we love her so much. Well, we do. But
everybody clap.
How else can we stall?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Good morning.
Good morning. Happy early birthday.
God, thanks, Diva. I was about to say Merry Christmas, and then I was like, it's not that.
Actually, what are you doing for your birthday, Dani?
I'm going on a trip to see my best friend this weekend, so I'm gonna get crazy lit, turn up. Yeah, this is gonna be super fun. Emily, welcome to the stream. How do you feel?
I've been getting progressively sicker as the day has gone on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So not amazing, but we're here. I'm excited. It's not too late. I feel like I'm okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. We threw a lot.
No, we're good.
Literally made me the only way. Before you get started and you explain to folks who you are, what you've done, can you please answer the vampire question? I don't know if you were listening.
I was. I heard the vampire one. I want to go racist. I think AJ had like the right idea. Like if you're not explaining it, then that's a bit suspicious.
I think you kind of nailed it. I think that's it. I honestly, AJ, we should have had AJ make a presentation too. I'm sorry. We weren't thinking. This came
if you can do it quickly and you want to send it in, go ahead.
Yeah, AJ, I know you on here. Come on, think it doesn't have to be fun or good. Mine's terrible, but it'll be. It's all for charity. Everybody, make sure that you please donate if you can. Yeah, okay, so Em, what's your deepest, darkest secret?
I don't know. Oh, you ask people that all the time, and I'm always like, what would mine be? And I'm like, I don't really know. My life's not that interesting.
Okay.
To like have one, to be honest. Okay. I don't want that to be a cop-out answer, but
no, it's okay. You're allowed to do cop-out answers. We put a lot on you, brother. Okay, if you were creating a professional wrestling promotion and you had to put together like one show, what would the tagline for the show be? Or like, what would you call your pay-per-view? Also, AJ, that works. Come on, let's do it.
I don't know. I think I'd just be like, I tried my best.
That
you know, something simple. Just like I gave it a go, please.
That's so sweet.
I don't think that's very good, but
No, it's not. But you put me on the spot, and I can't do things on the spot, unfortunately.
Lyric, what would yours be?
Is this for a wrestling promotion?
Yeah, like AEW, like, oh, we're the best wrestle. Lyrics promotion, blank.
Trying to think of like sayings that don't already exist, because in my head I just heard if you're not first, you're last, but that's like Saturday nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know anything that's not already copyrighted.
Okay, well, I don't think that's very interesting from either one of you, so thank you for that.
I'm sorry.
That's fine. We'll practice for next time. Emily, do you want to introduce yourself and tell everybody, your whole life story before you get started?
Sure. My name's Emily. I don't know what I do. I'm here. I exist.
You're really smart.
Thank you. I'm gearing up to start my master's degree in September, actually. So.
Love that for you.
I'm not excited, but it doesn't matter. It's fine.
We can talk about that. We'll talk about that later.
It's fine. And I got a text message on Thursday night asking if I can make a Golden Lovers PowerPoint. And I said, I suppose I could do that. Yeah. I said, what do you actually want from me? And then I got a little bit more, and I said, okay, I'll do that. So yesterday I made this, and I've not practiced. I have some notes, like some stories that I'm gonna say. And we're just gonna see how this goes.
I want you to know that, first off, we're the worst podcasters in the world. Like,
we're terrible.
One guest, I literally like an hour ago, I was like, hey, so when do you want to do this?
I felt like I was asking too many questions. So I was like, I'm not going to ask her what time, because I know it starts at 11. So I was like, I'll just wait.
It was not you. It did not click to me until like we literally sat down here. I was like, I gave her zero information. Because she asked me, she's like, how long should it be? And I was like, And then I was like, that's probably not helpful. That's not helpful to someone who's doing us a favor. Well, I appreciate your flexibility. You also can just tell me to shut the fuck up. You could just tell me no. I want you to know that.
I would never tell you no. You could ask me to jump off a cliff, and I'd be like, okay. I'd be like, when am I doing it?
I'm giving you my kidney. It's being shipped right now. But I want to offer sincerest apologies for the lack of preparation on behalf of both Lyric and myself.
Well, you gave me a topic. So that was the most important part. Like, I didn't have to sit and deliberate, like, oh, what am I going to do? Like, I just got told what to do.
And I will say,
I appreciate it.
We could have just asked you too.
When I thought about this, like, months ago, like, not with, like, a plan as far as, like, to actually, like, when we would actually do it. But when I thought of, like, the concept of a PowerPoint party, the first thing out of my mouth was like, yeah, Emily could do, like, a Golden Lovers, like, PowerPoint. Because I'm going to be honest, I just assume that you just have one of those in your back pocket.
It was surprisingly easy to make.
I knew it would be for you.
Subject matter expert.
I consider you
so easy.
Scholar. Yeah, I do consider you a Golden Lover scholar. So I don't know if it helps, but we weren't worried.
That's true. I'm
glad someone wasn't.
That's probably not helpful to her, but so everybody strap in, shut the fuck up. Emily's about to take you guys on an absolute journey. If you have questions, please make sure that you ask them. Okay?
Yes, please. I want this to be interactive. So comments, queries, because I have nothing prepared. So if anybody wants to jump in and say something, that's fine.
At a minimum, Lyric and I will be able to participate. I promise you.
Yes, just cut me off and just say something. I'm like, that's great. Thank you.
I just also would like to say, like, I know we asked for this so much, but like, bro, Kenny, if you ever come on this show, we literally, it's all for you. It's all for you. It's literally all for you. Please, one day, and you know what? I'm actually kind of scared because maybe one day he would, and I don't think we would know what to do with ourselves. But like, it's all for you. You know,
we like that would be genuinely the most terrifying day of my life. We're already kind of like if we do like 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, we're getting dangerously.
It's just like one, and I'm like, if we breach containment a little bit more, we could be in trouble. Yeah, strap in and shut the fuck up is a pretty good wrestling tagline. That's gonna be the Black Girl Wrestling merch. Everybody say it right now. That's never happening, but it, you know. I'm sorry, Emily. The floor is yours.
Yes. And let me know whenever you need me to switch.
Yeah, okay. That's perfect. Thanks. Hi. Welcome. Hi everyone. No. Nothing is prepared. We're just gonna go for it. This is a Cliff Notes timeline. And I have some like behind the scenes stories written in my notebooks that we're gonna go through. And we're just gonna go through it year by year.
Love it.
Next slide, please. This is our cast of characters. There's just a bunch at the bottom because I couldn't be bothered giving them descriptions, so they're just all sat there. I mean, can people see it? Yeah, I feel like people can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to read the whole thing, really, but you
This
can
is
see
outstanding.
Thank you. It goes downhill from here. But
I'm trying to see everybody who's in this corner. Hold on.
yeah,
I love that the description for Kazuchika Okada is just Kazuchika Okada.
So that's,
I mean, nothing
that's
else
all
needs
you
to be
need.
said.
That's all
Yeah.
you need.
That's Hangman, Jericho, Paul White. Absolutely. Don Callis, John Moxley, Michael Nakazawa, and that's Tetsuya Endo, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there you go. So
Rat
these are our main
Jay
cast.
White is crazy.
Don't you like look at his wet hair and you just think like he's quite like rat?
Hey,
Like,
I'm not disagreeing. Y'all know how I feel about Jay White.
All right. You see how you get, man. All right. The William Peter Charles. The way that bro, very unserious. Like, what is wrong with all of us? Talented son who they hate. Messy loser nerd athlete who's very good at lying and being cocky, but terrible at executing plans. Lives 25 hours. Beautiful. Okay, let's rock and roll.
all right, let's move. Okay. So first match. Bill, let's go back a little bit. Let's turn the clock back. Kenny has just retired from MMA. He's been doing both. He's like wrestling MMA. He's retired from MMA and he's actually gonna retire from wrestling like pretty soon. Like he's ready to just give it up. Why? Because he's lonely, basically. He's very lonely and he feels very individual in his way of thinking of wrestling. He's like, nobody else thinks like me. Like that's just that. Until he sees Ko Ibushi. And then he sees him wrestle and he goes, no, this guy has to think like me. There's no way. Like the things he's doing is totally different. They're like me. It has to be. So Kenny steals his gimmick, basically, and is like, you should wrestle me because I've stolen your gimmick. And, you know, we should do the King of the Anywhere match. We should decide who the ultimate King of the Anywhere match is. So they do. DDT fly him over. They break the attendance record for the beer garden shows. And they're basically identical. Like, Kenny's right in his theory that they are similar. Post-match, he cries for the first time. And Koa says, I love him. Basically, post-match, immediately. They win the best bout. And what else have I got here? There's no language barrier. It's how they both describe it. Very much like, we don't need a language to speak. And yeah, we can go next slide. That's the first match.
She's got notes and shit. What the fuck?
I needed to, because I don't remember anything. So DDT wanted to do a second match between them, but they became such good friends, and they also didn't believe they could top the first one, that they instead pitched this team instead. So much so that Kota said he would put his career on the line to make this team work. The DDT office told him to shut up, and nobody needs to put their career on the line. Like, it's fine. Calm down. And they promised to revolutionize tag team wrestling together, but had no plan on how to do that. Kenny said, like, I remember telling them I was going to do that and then going, wait, how do I actually do that? I don't know, but we're going to figure it out. And they do. They invent the Golden Shower, which is like a double 450. That's like identical. They actually said the majority of their tag moves they created, they never used because they were too dangerous. They said they could only do them on a double crash pad mat, and they were like, we'll kill ourselves or someone if we do this, so it's just not happening. They have their first tag match together in January 2009 and win KOD tag belts immediately. So it's like, oh, okay, they're pretty good. They talk about a lot how marriage is their common goal, and then being the best is secondary to that. What else do they do? They film like these BTE skits basically before BTE exists, which I think is quite fun because then you have Young Bucks doing like the Young Bucks TV before BTE as well. So they kind of like come together. They do these host nights. Like DDT owns a bar, so they do these host nights, and they were known for their terrible cocktails that they made together, where they prioritize color over taste and contents. But what you have to understand is they're so popular. Like, they explode way past DDT and everything. They bring in so many new fans that, like, fans are piling up to try their horrible cocktails that they know are going to be disgusting. But it's like, well, as long as I can have a cocktail from them, it doesn't matter, does it? I guess. I mean, fair. If Kenny and Koa made me a terrible cocktail, I'd be like, okay, like, I'm gonna drink it.
I would tip $30.
I swear to God. Bro, actually, I don't even need the drink. Just let me show up, bro. Just let me be in the room.
You're probably better off without the drink.
No. Can you imagine? Man, I'm not gonna lie. Imagine experiencing this like in real time, like no social media, no nothing. Like you just see this in with your bare eyes. I would have been going crazy. Like I think I wouldn't have been able to take it. I wouldn't have been able to like.
And everyone's so casual. Like there's like small snippets of videos you can see of them just wandering about the bar, just like checking up on everybody, and it's like, how are you guys so calm about this? Like, do you know who they are?
Do you know that you're changing lives?
Yeah.
Now? Right now? Do you know that there's going to be a PowerPoint party 25 years from now? We still talk about you, big bro. We still talk about you.
That's real motion.
Real bro motion.
Oh my god. Okay, so we skip to near the end of 2010. They win the IWGP Junior titles together. And then at Wrestle King 5, Koa has a title match, and Kenny has a dark match instead. And this is where the split kind of starts to happen in terms of sort of success. Like, Koa is very much skyrocketing in singles, and Kenny's not. Like, it's important to Kenny kind of sucks in singles wrestling up to like 2015. Like, I want to be real, just like in kayfabe, like he's not good. And then in their tag matches, he's always taking the pin. Like, he is always losing. So Ko wins the junior title, the IWGP junior title, and Kenny says that when he became the junior champion, he felt like he didn't have a place where he belonged anymore because of that, and he starts to sort of build this need to overcome Ibushi in a way that he hadn't felt in the previous 2 years. But Ibushi takes a major shoulder injury. Another story I want to share about that is the night of his shoulder injury, Koa left the arena without telling anybody in like a very kind of depressed manner. He just wanted to be alone and like left alone. And then when Kenny learned about that, despite being apparently held back by a bunch of staff, he left the arena and ran to Kota's house and was basically just like, "You cannot be alone. Like, I will not let you be alone." And took him out to dinner instead.
They're just so everything to me. Like,
Yeah. No, I know.
this shit is so personal.
Like, I would like to say, like, the way when you're talking about this is like something like this is straight out of AO3. It is insane that this is real. Like, it is insane that these actual things happen. And guys, even if this is just a story that they cooked up in their brains, can you imagine after all these years trying to meet new people and explain that, yeah, I just thought this up with my close personal best friend one day. Yeah, we just do that for all the time. We just playing. We're just playing.
It's just like, under what circumstance would we just like all move on from these things? You know, like, you had to know that in some way, shape, or form, all of this was gonna be permanent. Wow. You know what I like what I was really excited about like this from Emily is because like I feel like I have a pretty good understanding of the Golden Lovers and their history, but I don't have what she's got.
Yeah.
I love learning in real time. I'm sorry.
That was my aim. I was like, I'm gonna bring in like the most rare and unspoken about stories, just to try like let people know like they were doing some crazy stuff. Like,
you gotta monetize this. How can we get you some?
Yeah, this is kind of crazy. Like, I knew you were gonna have like a lot. I did not expect, like, this is a thesis. Like this is a thesis. I think it's interesting too, of just like now, especially like this year in the Tokyo Dome earlier this year, like seeing them and like, you know, Kota returning to like New Japan and like watching them, like an older version of them. Like, these people actually grew old together. That's crazy. We're watching this happen. You know, like, we're really watching these people, like, oh my God, like all the things that they said that they would do, they did, all the things they said, and they're actually like they're aging together. And I think like that is like, it's so beautiful. I don't know why I'm getting choked up. I'm muting myself.
don't, because that double retirement is gonna kill me. Like, whenever it comes one day. I not to get too far ahead, but I know it's coming.
Y'all are gonna have to put me in a room with
Put me down.
Do me old Yeller style shit. What the fuck?
Put me behind that
Oh my
shit,
God.
y'all. Put me behind that shit.
I'm sorry, can we just go back one? Just real quick.
Sorry. Well,
No, I'm sorry.
Got
I'll be
ahead of
so quick about
yourself. Lyric.
it. No, I'll be so quick about it. So while Ko's out with injury, Kenny goes to All Japan and kind of attempts to mirror what Kota did in New Japan in their junior division. And he kind of he gets there. Like, he's not as successful, but he does become champion as a heel for them. And that's quite interesting when you look at his All Japan heel run. It's with Nakazawa, and it's basically the belt collector run, like the role that Nakazawa plays with him, which I just think is quite. It's just fun. It's just like a fun little tidbit. Where am I? Oh, Koa also plays the general manager for DDT while he's injured, just to like give him something to do. And he's a terrible manager. That's what was written in the report, is that he would just grant everybody wishes. So everybody was like asking for all these matches and that. And Kenny's one request was if they could shower together. So that's all he wanted from it. And they would also declare that everybody was too fat to wrestle for Kenny's All Japan Junior title. So that was their way of like abusing his newfound power.
Hey, this is pre-woke Kenny, man. He ain't no better, bro. This is pre-woke. This is pre-woke, man. You got sign of the times, my brother.
What the fuck you mean your only request is to shower together? Hello?
And it's
That's all
crazy.
we wanted.
They end up saying that again in later years, talking about.
Yeah.
I'm skipping steps. I'm sorry.
No, that's why I mentioned it, because I was
Yeah,
like, they bring it back like years later for some reason. That's their thing.
The idea that like Bushi is granting everybody's wish. Like you can have whatever you want. Everybody can have whatever you want. And then your ass is like, you know what I want?
But here's the thing, though. I think about the fact of just like this started 2009, so that's now not 20 years ago, but 17 years ago. And we've now convinced no less than like 4 promotions to like say, yeah, sure, let's run with this. Like people keep saying yes to letting them do this everywhere, all over the world. To this day, we're still like to this day. I think about how many newer fans are being introduced to the Golden Lovers now, and they're just think about yeah. They just do that sometimes. Yeah, we talk about showering together. Yeah. I know somebody said, yeah, their finisher was a golden shower. You know how many people probably heard that and said pause?
No, you know how many people probably went home and Googled golden how to do a golden shower.
My goats, man. My goats. You
God.
really got the nerve to tell me that Kenny Omega's not the greatest of all time? All right.
Talk about impact.
Okay, so Colt comes back, immediately becomes like double champion, like IWGP Junior title back, KOD title back. So then Kenny wins King of DDT, which gives him a title shot against Ibushi. And they have 2 completely different sort of reactions. Kenny's very excited. He's like, great, this is my one last dream, is to like beat him. I'm finally gonna do it. I'm finally gonna catch up and be his equal. And Cole's like, I don't want this. Not because of the stereotypical like, oh, I don't want to hurt you. Cole's like, if I get in there with you, I'm going to murder you. And like, I don't want to do that, but I'm gonna. And I don't have a choice. But Kenny's like, no, it's fine. It's fine because I'm gonna beat you. You're not gonna kill me. And he proceeds to kill him maybe 3 or 4 times in that match. Like, Kenny has, he still to this day, he says it's the worst bump he's ever taken. The Hurricane Rana from the top to the floor. He's like, that was the worst. He cracks his sternum with a roped Phoenix Plex, which he's never done since. He retired that move from that match because he injured Kenny so much from it. It's the only one-winged angel kick out as well. And then Colt gets banned from the building as a result of the balcony moonsault, which he was told not to do. But he did because he thought the building was closing down. And he was like, well, this is my only time to do it, so I'm just going to do it. And then he did
it. Can you imagine somebody literally beating the piss out of you and cracking your sternum, and the first thing you do afterwards is like hugging them? I love you so much. That was so fun. That was so fun.
That
was so
Don't
fun.
worry about me.
We had so much fun. So
If it was up to me, I would have that match tattooed on my inner eyelids.
I swear to God.
So I could watch it all the time.
It was on my birthday. That's what I love about it. Yes. I was like, I was born for this. It was on my birthday.
My birthday, Ibushi and I have the same birthday.
Oh my God.
It's all connected.
Wow.
Wow. You're like the black golden star.
You know what? Hell yeah.
You're the black golden star, and you're the Irish golden star.
She's Scottish.
Oh, Scottish.
See, I knew.
I was like, I could be Irish if you want. But
you play a character.
No, you should hit me for that. Like,
I'm sure I've got like a little bit Irish in me.
No. You the one, you brought her on here, made her do this long ass PowerPoint with youth education, and you don't even know where she's from. That's crazy.
No, I'm gonna be honest. Unfortunately, the explanation is worse.
That's
That
really-
I unfortunately associate the places of being the same place. Unfortunately, it's a much worse. Yeah, it's a much where me just not knowing. I just really sometimes think they're the same thing, and I realize
It's
I'm
okay.
fucked up. I'm fucked up for
There's
that.
a
No,
lot of similarities.
no, yeah, you know, you
that
told me,
No one
yeah,
has to be like that.
no, you got no. I deserve to get my ass beat for that. That was crazy. That
And
was
you have
It's
our
okay.
permission to beat her
yeah.
ass.
I can acknowledge that. I can acknowledge that. No, that was crazy. Like, because I can only. It's like when people say like, "Oh yeah, like, oh yeah, you're from North Carolina." I get really upset. Like of just no, North Carolina and South Carolina are not the same place. I don't, and so I
This is
understand.
a whole different country. This is
Yeah,
even a different state.
Not quite the same.
We're
But
not even connected
I'm
like, by land. There's a
I'm
border
trying to
between
be-
us.
I'm trying to be empathetic.
remember
Okay,
that video from Real Housewives? You just made that up.
you just say that. I was trying to like build a bridge here. It didn't stick. But yeah,
We're good.
I'm fucked up for that.
What was your point even? Why did you bring up
No, I was just saying because you said like you share a birthday with Ibushi, and then Emily had said that her birthday was the day of like the match, so I was like, okay, like Dani, you're the Black Golden Star, and I was trying to build a bridge. I was trying to be
you could be the
cool.
Scottish Golden Star? It sounds better anyway.
Okay, the Scott, and that's what she is. I was clearly wrong. I didn't mean like yeah.
Everybody boo lyric again. Ooh. I'm sorry, the floor is yours, Emily.
That's okay. Thank you. So Kenny does go on to win the KOD title. And it's like it's fine, but as soon as he loses it, he goes back to being terrible at singles wrestling. Like he does it's the same pattern. Like they do have a stronger bond from the second match, but he's just like he's sucks. I don't know how to explain it. He sucks and he's desperate to catch up and he just can't. So he ends up signing with New Japan in order to do that. And during his contract signing, he says, I am not signing with Bullet Club. Like, I am not joining Bullet Club. That is my one thing. He's like, I'm a special foreigner. They are not special foreigners. I'm not even a foreigner at this point. I'm Japanese. So, like, why would I join the Bullet Club? Why? That doesn't make any sense. And then Matt Jackson also says when he signs, like, oh, can we wrestle the Golden Lovers now? Like, how fun is that going to be? Oh my god, can't wait. He has to wait another 4 years, but it's fine. And then like a month after, he joins Bullet Club, and it's like, oh, you're a liar. So you lied. So you lied.
All men do is lie.
Yeah,
For no reason.
like so you lied.
Because you didn't even have to say that. Like,
you just
no.
made that up.
Like it was unnecessary. I like the theory that he joined Bullet Club as like a temporary fix. He was like, okay, I'm gonna really quickly cheat to catch up with the Bushi's accomplishments, and then I'll join the heavyweight division, and then I'll leave Bullet Club, and we can just do Golden Lovers again. Like I'll be caught up and equal, and I'll feel fine. That's kind of theory they go with.
I would actually like to have like an interview with Kenny's gear maker during that time of just like imagine like this blonde curly head guy who's constantly asking you for like these lime green trunks and stuff like nope, I need like thick black panties and I need a leather trench coat. We're
Yeah.
switching this up, brother. I need completely different we're going for a bit of a look here. I want to know what was that thought process at the time? I would love to hear like a first account.
I think Kenny said once like he didn't really like the aesthetic. Like he didn't that's why the house show tights existed because it was like, oh, I can be colorful and this is kind of more what I want to wear. He's like the leather, it's not really me, but I have to, I suppose. Like for my job. For the sake of my employment, I have to wear this.
we've all been there.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
It's the uniform. We get it.
Yeah. Okay, we can do the next slide now. So, Bullet Club are homophobic.
The gay community.
So,
Sorry, I'm being myself.
oh my god, I forgot I put that there actually. Oh my god. Right. Wrestle Kingdom 9. Kenny wins the junior title for the first time. And the first thing he says backstage is, I'm better than Kota Ibushi. Bam, done it. Somehow, this match makes me better. Kota proceeds to have the match of the year that same night. So I don't know about that. Then Kota wins the New Japan Cup, which means he has to face AJ Styles and Invasion Attack. And that's where we get the classic betrayal. One thing I do want to know, like a little backstage story about this betrayal, it was not meant to happen. So New Japan was not interested in the Golden Lovers at all, and also really not interested in Kenny being a heavyweight ever. So it was AJ Styles that actually had to go to the office and put his foot down basically and say, no, Kenny needs to be my second for this match. And they need to be able to have a moment together that will lead to the finish because it makes no sense. And Styles really liked Kenny, so he was willing to like go a bat for him, which is nice. So I'm sorry I just said he was homophobic because actually he's an ally, and I'm sorry. Ally. Um. So Koa eventually leaves. Like it's not immediate. I think people think he immediately leaves after Invasion Attack. He doesn't. He does another G1. And like another couple bits, but he leaves like mental and physical burnout. He just keeps getting injured, so he's just like he's off. And Kenny takes over Bullet Club eventually and goes heavyweight and is like insane. And you can see in the top right there, that's a picture of Kenny after Invasion Attack. He was outside the venue sitting in the rain, just like as fans walked by. So I was like, that's fun. It's not fun, that's sad, but you know, it's fun to me. Anyway, we can
I
move on.
love the commitment to the drama.
Yes. Like I'm gonna go sit outside in the rain now, so all the fans leaving the building can see how depressed I am.
You see how sad I am right now about Kota Ibushi, but I'm not gonna say it.
I'm
You
like,
know,
no,
I'm not gonna say it.
noticed.
And he
You
has
know
an
what-
umbrella. He has an umbrella, but it's not up.
You know
So
what
he's
it's
gonna sit there.
Do you remember being in school and like you're the only person who knows like why your friend is crying, but you can't tell nobody? Like, no, chill, leave her alone. Like, you really wouldn't get it. Like, no, she's just crying.
Yeah, or you go to school and you're like, I'm not gonna talk today. Real one. Like, okay, Kenny. Okay, girl.
It's so funny because like if you see clips from like those like him in those press conferences, it's like excuse me, like how dare you ask me? Are you asking me about the person that I used to talk about in every third word? How dare you? They're like, have you said, what have I ever done in my entire life to make you think that I cared about this person except for devote my entire earthly existence for the last 3 years? What would make you believe that?
I don't even know him like that.
I don't know them. We just worked together. We were co-workers.
Yeah, and then he left. Like, I don't even know him like that. I don't know what you want.
Like that? Come on. I'm sorry.
Pining gear.
Pining gear. So we have lots of gear. Like, every single gear has a Kota reference in some way. So here are my visual examples. I like the one at the bottom the most, the house show tights that we mentioned. Yeah, they're so fun. And also used from the same material as a nude photo shoot that Kota did in DDT. So I'm like, that's fun.
And this is what I hate to get on a tangent, but you know what? We're here now. This is what we talk about when we're like, we have nothing to sink our teeth into, that we need stories. We used to be fed. Yeah, I want to chat me about Darby Allin. All right, whatever, bro. Like, what are we doing? People talk about yeah. So what? We don't need actual. We don't need stories anymore. And I hate to sound like the Fed crowd because, like, they're not talking in good faith. We're not talking about them. Where's the story, people? But what I say, all Elite Wrestling was built on this level of angst be storytelling, okay? The people needed to breathe. This is what we are supposed to be doing. Don't chat me again about this TNT title reign. Continue.
We'll go next slide. So Cole goes freelance. And he goes to America. He does a Cruiserweight Classic. I found through my own research, I didn't see anybody actually mention this. They were both in Orlando at the same time. Like Kenny was also in Orlando while the Cruiserweight Classic was happening. So I'm like, I'm not saying he was there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. I feel like it would have been reported, if he was in the performance center. I feel like someone would have gotten word of that. But yeah, they were both in Orlando at the same time. Kenny's really mad that Cole's doing the Cruiserweight Classic because he's like, you were heavyweight and now you're doing Cruiserweight stuff again. Like, why are you going below it? You could be so much better than this. You could be with me, essentially, is what he's saying. So then Kenny wins the G1 using Cole's moveset with Cole in attendance for the finals. He was in the building. He said congratulations in the press afterwards. No ill will, basically. Cole was like, no, I want to tag again. Like, that's fine. Let's tag. Like, let's hang out. Then this tiger mask debuts. Just like randomly. I think it's like for an anime promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think it was something like that. He wrestles like Ibushi, he walks like Ibushi. Ibushi keeps giving him advice in the press. And Kenny won't shut up about this tiger mask. Who also eventually ends up wrestling Okada. So it's like very odd. It's just kind of like out of the blue. But that's kind of fun. If you couldn't tell, the tiger mask was Ibushi. So he basically didn't leave for that long. Let's see. So Kenny has the first Okada match at the Dome. His goal for that match to make New Japan International is actually the same goal he had for the second Koa match. So he keeps trying, and he's doing it for Koa. He's like, okay, if I have this match at the Dome and I win, or I do well, Koa's gonna come back. He's gonna come back. And he doesn't come back. And it drives Kenny like crazier and crazier. He's like, why is he not coming back when I'm doing all these amazing things? Because he believes his love has to be earned through success, when that's like never been the case. But he just doesn't really click with him. Don't know why. Just doesn't work. And then we have the second Okada match, which is a draw. And just keep in the back of your mind that Cody, who's arrived, tried to throw in the towel for Kenny because he wants Bullet Club leadership, basically. So there we go. This is Tokyo Sports.
Can I pause you for a second?
Yes, of course.
Cody Rhodes at the scene of the crime once again. What a just inserting himself to other people's business. And it's important to me that we don't let that slide. That's all.
Yeah, no, you're so right. So here's a picture from a Tokyo Sports magazine. This is Kenny and Tiger Mask. They share a magazine spread, which was actually unnecessary because when you flick to the next page, that's all about Kenny as well. So if they wanted to, they could have just made a spread for Kenny, but they said no. These two are gonna share a spread, and that's gonna be that. And you're gonna like it. And then in March 2017, Kenny's invited on a TV show where he's named the 15th best wrestler to step foot in Japan. He doesn't know, like, it's a surprise thing. They just tell him to show up. And then Ko is actually one of the guest panelists. So they sort of end up having this weird reunion where they don't really talk to each other, but Ko is talking about him to his face. It's like,
this is real, y'all. This is real to me. This is so real.
Okay, we can move on. Next one. Next slide. We'll get through this.
What? This scaring the hoes and giving Coda the ick.
It really did. So Kenny's kind of dropped the cleaner name a little bit. He's slowly trying to like come out of that. He's going by the Best Bounce Machine now, which is originally a name he used for the Golden Lovers back in 2014. So he's like, this is just another thing to be like, okay, go, come back. So Cole comes back from the G1, but he completely ignores Kenny. He's like, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I just leave me alone. Like, I'm just here to like wrestle and do my thing. And it drives Kenny like insane. He's like, no, what? You're here for me. And Cole's like, no, I'm not here. I don't want to speak to you. Just like leave me alone. So Kenny like comes up with this new promise because they after the second match they made a promise that they were like, we're never gonna wrestle again. Like that's it done. So Kenny's like, no, we have this new promise now. Like you're gonna wrestle me in the finals, and that's that. Like promise. He won't shove about it. And Cole was like, no. He's like, no, I'm not making it to the finals. Like let me make that clear. Like this is my first G1 in forever. I haven't had like matches like that. Like I ain't winning. I ain't going to the finals. And he doesn't. He doesn't go to the finals. And Kenny does go to the finals, but he loses. And then Colt kind of like feels bad because he's like, oh, Kenny won't shut up about this promise. Maybe I should show up for him. Like I should still make the promise. I'll meet him in the finals. So he meets him in the hallway, and he wants to check up on him and see if he's okay. And Kenny rejects it. He's like, no, don't speak to me. I said I wanted to wrestle you in the finals. And now you suck. You suck at wrestling now, and I'm better than you. And that's that. So he gave him the ick. He really did. Like Cole even says in interviews, like he scares me. Like I don't know who this guy is anymore.
That's history.
We've all been there too.
So true. What? Okay, so Cody's now bisexual. This is his new thing. He's married, bisexual, and he's looking for a man.
And also chopped.
And yeah, also chopped bum, who just shouldn't be there, but he is. So that's that. So he wrestles Koa Wrestle Kingdom 12, which really pisses Kenny off because Kenny's like, I told you could wrestle anybody at Wrestle Kingdom, anybody but him, and you chose him, and I asked you not to do that, and you did, and now you're like kissing him, and like I don't know what you're doing some weird stuff, and that's my husband, even though we're divorced. That's my husband. I didn't sign those divorce papers. He just thinks we're divorced. I didn't actually sign them.
Real.
So like you gotta back off. And the Bucks are kind of in the middle. Like the Bucks are friends with Kenny and Cody, and they're kind of like stuck. They're like, I don't know what. Like they're talking about something to do with Cole, and I don't really know what the hell's going on over here. So then Near Dash comes, and Cody tries to kill Cole with a chair. Oh my god, sorry. Cody tries to kill Cole with a chair, and Kenny runs out to make the save. They don't really interact. Kenny gives them a brief glance, and that's that basically. New Beginning in Sapporo comes around, and oh no, I forgot the Jay White, but it doesn't really matter. Jay White was involved in this whole thing. Like,
and I'll tell you what, it don't matter, do it. It don't matter.
I like Jay White, but just know that he was here. I know that he was at Invasion Attack 2015 too. And yeah, know that he was always present.
And completely inconsequential.
Yeah, basically.
Always.
I just forgot about him.
Computer, make these guys super gay and horny. I'm sorry.
No, that's why I put it there. We're so good. And they end up reuniting at the end, but at the expense of basically everybody else in Bullet Club. Like Kenny is a terrible Bullet Club leader. That's all you need to know. So yeah, they're back. We're back together. Matt's in a super gay faction, but possibly isn't aware of what homosexual is. is kind of like what the next few months boil down to. Is Matt Jackson can just not wrap his head around he's like, I don't understand this. I was like, you're not, you're friends. He's like, I thought you weren't friends. Like, you can tell me you're not friends for years, and now you're friends. I don't know what's going on. And then Kenny says that they're the best tag team in the world when they haven't had any tag matches. So obviously that makes Matt upset. They have a match. It goes terribly, basically. Like, match wise, it's great. Obviously, it's great, but like result wise, it's just don't go well. It's just not. Nobody really makes up. Nick makes up with Kenny, but Matt doesn't, because Matt is just like he's got issues. I can't get into all that. Like, he got problems. He really does. And then Cody wrestles Kenny. And the Bucks have finally figured out, like, oh, Cody's the bad guy. We finally figured it out. It took forever.
Many are
But
saying
we
that.
realized, they're like, oh, he's the bad guy. Okay, so we gotta go stop the bad guy during Kenny's match, and this is how we become friends again. For some reason, they hesitate. They're like, oh, should we hit Cody? Because he's like kind of nice to us. Like, he bought some weight belts and stuff. Should we? I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't. So then Cody moves, and they end up super kicking Kenny instead. And then Cody beats Kenny. I love this little screenshot in the bottom left. You can see Cody celebrating with the streamers while the Bucks are just very upset at their own doing. It's like, it's your fault. Maybe you should have just like stayed out of it. But they didn't. So now everybody's upset. Now the whole house mad. Like, I don't know. Everybody's mad.
Are we ready for the next one?
Yes,
Okay.
please. These are a selection of tweets I found that I enjoy. So someone said, at Kenny Omega, why is Kota so pretty in person? And he said, freak of nature in the best way. There was a time at 4 a.m. when Kota was talking about how he's going to murder Cody and Hangman. And Kenny said, oh, he's a nutbag. I just made him some tea. Like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. And then Kota just gets lost. Every time they go abroad, or like overseas to America, he gets lost. Every single time. And every single time, Kenny has to go out of his way to find him. I believe All In, not only did he get lost, but he lost his phone and his passport.
Yes, he did.
Yes. And Kenny somehow managed to retrieve his phone and his passport. I don't know how he did that, but
That's what makes it
miracle.
funny, because to this day, like whenever Ibushi works AEW and like when he arrives in the city, like people start tagging Kenny, like, can you go get him? Like, can you like, no, you need to
Like,
like
is
personally
he
escort
good?
from the airport.
Yeah. Is he like actually alive? Do we know? I love that. So the Bucks keep trying to make up with Kenny, and Kenny's like, oh, I don't know, like, I'm sad. And Cole's like, would you just snap out of it? He's like, I forgave you.
Lock in.
Yeah. He's like, I forgave you after so many years, and you're not gonna forgive the Bucks after one super kick? Like, can you please get over yourself?
Just one.
Come
Just
on.
like, please. He's like, I've had enough. He's like, I don't do the melodrama like you guys do.
Of course, right.
So Okada challenges Kenny again. Kenny makes it 2 out of 3 falls. The same stipulation as the first Kota match. They wrestle at Dominion. There's a callback to Invasion Attack 2015. And he wins. He wins, and he makes up with the Bucks. And everything's all good. We have a new faction in the Golden Elite. And then Kota's like, wait, I gotta lock in. Because, like, what? He's like, hold on, how did you win? How did you win that? You just won that. And I'm like, oh, shoot, I was supposed to win that, wasn't I? He's like, I kind of just been, like, chilling for this year. And he's like, no, hold on, I gotta win real quick. Like, I gotta do something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I thought we were just having fun. And now you're like the main champion. Like, I gotta do something about that. So they end up in the same G1 block. Ko's unbanned from the building. He's there. He's allowed to wrestle again.
We did it, Joe.
We did it. And this time it's the opposite way around. Kenny doesn't want this match at all. He's like, no, I'm okay. He's like, I'm the champ, and we're together. I don't really need to wrestle you. Like, it's fine. And Ko's like, no, I would like to murder you. Just one more time, please. I'll make it so quick, and it'll be so easy. And he does. He just kills him, and it's fun. I prefer the second match. I think a lot of people prefer the third, but I think it's because maybe more people have seen the third one than the second one. So maybe that's why.
I think the third match has an added layer of spectacle, of like it's literally a G1 match back when, like, I think probably the greatest G1 tournament ever. And, and that it was crazy about it was just a block match, like that's a block match. It's not even the final. And so, like, I can understand, like, I think, and it's also too, it's New Japan, right? And so, like, versus DDT, which is more of an independent promotion. And so, like, I think the spectacle adds differently. And then also, too, just like, don't get me wrong, they were stars in DDT, like, when they were DDT stars. But, like, by the time that third match happens, these are, like, the greatest wrestlers in the world. Like, bar none. So, like, they're different people. But I think, I don't know, it just depends on, like, what you want. Like, which match I turn on depends on which mood I'm in, if that makes sense.
I always default to 2 because it feels so raw to me. Like, it feels so, like, and kind of to your point of, like, by the time that this match rolls around, like, it's different. It does have that added level of spectacle. It does. Match 2 was like, we have no idea where this goes.
Correct.
It's just like, this is what we got for now. And I love it.
Match 3 is also, like, how to say it? It's like the Golden Lovers concept has finally gotten a budget, if that makes sense. Like, they finally gotten funded. Just like,
the pilot landed. Yep.
And plus they're heavyweights at this point, which I think makes the dynamic completely different in a lot of ways too. Like, I don't know, because, like, sometimes I do turn on match number 3 to feel something, like, but more so to, like, feel alive, but also, like, I turn on match 2 to be inspired. Like, it's genuinely inspiring wrestling. Like, you can see why everybody, they always start boohoo crying and stuff after their matches, because I be boohoo crying too.
Truly.
Hello. I digress. Let's keep going. Are we moving to the next slide?
Yes, that will be fine. So Ko does not win the G1. He loses it to Tanahashi. And then Tanahashi and Omega kind of enter their feud. People will tell you it's about ideologies, which it is. But it's also very much like they both want Koa on their side of that ideology. And it's very much Koa being like, I'm neither. Like, I'm kind of like this weird in the middle. I just want to do my own thing.
Like,
and they're literally pulling at each other. It's like a tug of war for him. They almost end up wrestling again. Kenny, like, goes to make the challenge because, like, well, you deserve it. Like, you did beat me in the G1. And then Cody jumps in and is like, actually, let's just have a threesome. Like, let's just why not?
Just that self-insert,
Yeah. If we can just go to the next slide. Pictures. That's from the triple threat. Kenny breaks up a pin where Cole essentially was gonna win. And I like these pictures. I feel like they just tell a very good story of just like Ko's a way to kill him again, and he's like, no, please. Like, he's like, I've had enough. Like, you've killed me enough. Please.
He beat IGPY.
Don't look at the gun. Look at me.
And then they had like arguably their best tag match ever against Ospreay and Tanahashi. Also their last one,
You think that's
which
their
is
best?
crazy. It's like their top 3. I'm
I
not
do
sure where
agree
I'd
it's
place
top
it.
3. It's just I didn't know if you put like the because like I teeter between that one and the Young Bucks match. I can agree. Like sometimes I do agree. Like the Tana Osprey one is number 1 though, and plus it snows at the end. You can't beat that.
I think I think that's their best match.
That's
I love the Bucks match, but I also feel like I love the Bucks match because it's the Bucks, and I'm trying to remove a little bit of bias because I'm like that's elite lore, and so I'm like I don't want it to be like just based on that.
I'm gonna be honest. I know I agree with you. I just wanted to hear just because I don't think I can put the Bucks match first simply because it's in America. I don't know. Like I think like I'm biased. But yeah, I am biased to where I do think that the best Golden Lovers match has to have happened on Japanese soil. I do feel like an elitist in that regard. So no, I agree. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on it.
Yeah, no, I put it above the Bucks match. I also put their 2010 match with Apollo 55.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
I put that above the Bucks match
Yes,
as
sir.
well. So I don't know why. I mean, obviously I love the Bucks match. Like I love it. But I don't think I love it as much as everyone else does. Sometimes I need to rewatch it to be like, okay, no, this is really good. But I don't know. It's odd. But then Cole wins the Never Belt and he wrestles Osprey at Wrestle Kingdom. And just keep this in mind for later. Osprey hits him with the hidden blade and Cole needs to be stretchered out. He's concussed from it. And because he's concussed, he can't second Kenny for the main event like he promised. And then Kenny loses to Tanahashi and leaves for All Elite Wrestling. Yeah, boo All Elite Wrestling, boo. Boo.
Everybody
You took it from us.
boo.
They're the bad guys here.
You broke up a family.
Just before AEW starts, there's a genuinely really well-made documentary about Kenny Omega. It follows him throughout 2018 and it covers his whole story. And his whole story is basically the Golden Lovers story, so it's basically a Golden Lovers documentary. It's a crazy documentary. Like if you are gonna go watch it, you need to know it's like how did this get made? And I think with every year that goes by, that question becomes more and more prevalent of like, how did this get made?
And it's so hard to find. Like I will say, I don't want to say it's like lost media because obviously like you can still track it down like if you know where to look, but it gets harder and harder to find. Like, and then the funniest part about it for me is like his parents are in it and it's just like you're really doing all this out there, like
his mom is like, what are you yelling about?
There?
Like, I think they ask his parents, they're like, oh, do you think Kenny and Cole are in a real relationship? And his mom's like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like,
she's like, what?
First, like, who's Kenny? Like, I didn't give birth to a Kenny. Who's Kenny? Like, you think you know a guy. Even like look at this poster. It says documentary production, sure. A film by Young Chang, Omega Man, a wrestling young love story, starring Kenny Omega featuring Kota Ibushi, with special appearances by Chris Jericho, Don Callis, Dave Meltzer, and Kazuchika Okada.
They put Meltzer before Okada on the list. Don Callis is just a New Japan commentator at the time, and they put him above Okada.
This is totally normal. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. So I do recommend it because it's like,
yes, I think it's
crazy
part of the lore for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And Kenny's just really depressed. So we can go to the next slide. This will be real quick. They basically are still synchronized, even though they're in completely different promotions. So they win tag titles a month apart from each other. They then lose those tag titles a week apart from each other. Cole wins the G1, and a week later, Kenny wins like the Eliminator, the first ever world title Eliminator. It's not as big of a deal as the G1, but it is. Whatever. And then again, a week apart, they become double champions. And then a month apart, they're both injured. They also teased a match against each other. After Cole won the IWGP Heavyweight title, but like pandemic and they both died, so they couldn't do it. Anyway, next slide. So Kenny comes back from injury and goes straight for Osprey because he's like, I hate you. I hate you for what you did. Like, you ruined my goodbye. You hospitalized Kota, blah, blah, blah. And he does. He kills him. Then heads back to America. He's in a feud with Blackpool Combat Club. There's 3 betrayals in 3 months. He, like, loses his son and his uncle. It's really sad times. It really is. And then they do Blood and Guts, and Kota is like the, is it 5th participant or 6th?
Yeah.
One of those. It's 1 in the morning. I'm not gonna count how many people are in Blood and Guts. It's fine. Here's a selection of images. I did not want to write about their AEW run. Everybody's so creative. Is how I would sum up those 3 years. So here's just a collection of images. They did. I was gonna say they did lots of things. They really don't. They don't do that much.
But it all meant something to me. Everything
Exactly.
they did, it meant something to me.
I flew to Texas to watch that last Okada match.
This slide is crazy.
So that's that.
What is wrong with you?
You're the funniest person I know.
What's wrong with you? Why don't you do that?
I made like 70% of these. I think I was going through them. I was like, I didn't even make all of these, but the majority of them I did.
We have to print this slide deck out and distribute it like the Bible. Oh my God, I think like that's the only reasonable option after this, you know? I think that'd be good.
Any questions, queries?
We did have a couple of super chats.
Oh my God, okay.
So
okay.
I went way over the 30 minutes. I am so sorry.
No, this is powerful. We need this in the schools.
Truly, we made that up.
Okay, King of the North, PW, $2, $2 Canadian dollars. Emily, where's the Gato slide?
What do you want me to say? I said he didn't like the Golden Lovers and Kenny as a heavyweight. Like, there you go. Where am I gonna put him? I could barely fit Jay White in here. I actually forgot to mention Jay White.
Exactly.
Like, what do you want me to do?
Another super chat from King of the North. Have we gotten to the Chuddy Road speed bump?
Yes, we did. We went through him. But
someone said excellent PowerPoint, but not enough Paulden lovers for me.
Yeah, where was he?
Do you have anything to say about that?
Did you see the last slide?
But they didn't say none. They said not enough.
Yeah,
that's what they're saying.
I'll work on that for next time.
Golden Lovers invented the golden shot. Sure.
Yeah. So if that's what you got out of this, sure.
I was just saying that they wish that this was in school. So I think that makes you kind of the teacher of all time.
A historian, if you will. I think that you should be the official Golden Lovers historian if you aren't already.
Yeah. Oh God, I'd love it. I mean, I've written I think we're up to like 90,000 words on the timeline, and I still have like 3 chapters left to put out. So I'll take it.
Yeah, you are 1000% the one true golden lovers historian. And guys, if you haven't already, after that great presentation, don't you just feel like donating some money? I think like that. I think that's the greatest way to like get out some of these emotions. I think and you can do that. We have the links down here. Pledge.to/BGW-birthday. You can also text. We accept texting as well. BGW birthday to 707070. Don't forget our joint birthday fundraiser is supporting the National Immigrant Justice Center and Civil Liberties Defense Center. Some of you have been donating throughout this show. Thank you very much. We have seen those come in. Much appreciated. Everybody, thank you for continuing to send those funds in. We appreciate it.
And
Emily,
go follow Emily.
Yeah,
Clearly.
actually, everybody should fund her master's program. Like, no,
Really.
like that's.
Please do. Oh my god.
Unfollow me. Go follow her instead and give her money.
We have another super chat from the other Mikey V, $5. Thank you very much. I felt so educated. I should donate some money. Many are saying this. Also, shout out to STP doing their thing on the main roster. Black Power, absolutely.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Are we just not gonna address the friend that you've got with you today?
Oh, well, so Shoulder Go sits on my bed frame, right. And I thought this is a sleepover, so he should get an invite. So he's with me today.
It's a party. It's a party. It's a party. I appreciate. I can't believe you did this all at 1 a.m. Like, you said, yeah, this was so easy. Like, I just whipped this up. That was so expensive.
We should let her go first.
You had sources.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have sources either. I don't have sources. But I just have giggles. Sorry.
I don't even have that.
You know what's really funny?
What's really funny?
I signed up to do a Collision after show tonight. I'm not watching Collision.
How's that gonna work? Please tell me.
I'll figure it out. I'm not gonna lie. AEW posts most of the clips on Twitter, and they make it a little too easy to not watch Collision sometimes.
You know that tweet that's like, I'm a just look at the box score and argue with niggas that watch the whole show. Well, yeah. Emily, thank you. Is there anything that we can do for you? Any parting words you have for the people?
I'm in New York next week. So if anyone's at Double or Nothing, come hang out. Well, come hang out. I don't know. If you see me, say hi. I'm not planning anything. I'm just gonna be there.
Real.
I love it.
If you see me, say hi. You can read more about the Golden Lovers in a much more coherent way on my stuff. So if you go follow me, I'll be there. And just donate. That's all.
Thank you so much.
We love you. Thank you.
Love you.
We're all so much smarter now.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that I was like go to the lovers like aficionado. I know nothing.
I don't know.
I know nothing. I realize I know nothing, but it's made me really excited. I haven't gone back and revisited a lot of those matches in a long time, so like that'll probably be what I do. Because I'm gonna be honest, current wrestling isn't doing it for me a lot right now. So sometimes you gotta go consult the ancient texts. You know what I'm saying?
That's so true.
Yeah,
I don't even want to go Double or Nothing, but I'm gonna be there. I got my tickets quite early.
That's really next week. Good Lord.
That's like it's on Sunday. I'm like, oh my god. I gotta like get on a flight and all that, and I'm like, okay. I don't even want to do that, but I will.
You're so brave.
You're so
non-refundable flight, so you kind of have to get on it.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, one of us has to. So
yeah, it's okay. I'll go, guys. I'll do the sacrifice. It's fine.
Alrighty, thank you, Emily. Who's next?
We only have one other person.
Are they ready? I need to
Probably not. Wait, do you want one of us should go before one of the other guests?
Okay, do you want to go or should I go?
How long's your thing?
My thing is it's like at least 10 slides, but it's super short.
Mine's kind of short too. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Who's?
You want to flip a coin for it?
No, that's OD. You go.
Okay, I'll get out of the way so I can
Bye,
watch
Emily. We
on
love
my
you.
bed. Okay, love you.
Oh my gosh,
That's so funny. I can't believe you said that.
my favorite European.
No, she's actually goated.
No, truly. We
no,
did her
she's
so crazy. AJ, you'll go after Lyric, and then I'll go last. Well, mine's not that interesting though. I probably shouldn't go last. I don't care.
Okay, you go. You can go now, but send it to me.
No, you'll go, and then AJ will go. Yeah. Oh, I can't spell. Me?
You?
What? Does that sound like me? Well, yeah, because like I said, why do you think the stream started late? Because Danielle had not made her PowerPoint yet.
I mean, well, it's ready now, right?
Well, sure, I don't know. Walk it like a tug it. Walk it like a tug it.
Well, I'm just waiting for mine to process. I just uploaded it to StreamYard. I'm just waiting for it to go through. So I'm going to wait. Here, what's the update? So since we started, we've earned. Let me count. It's 15 plus 20. It's 35. 35 plus 24 is 59. 59 plus 55. What's 59 plus 55 before I embarrass myself? Sorry. You're muted. Can you not hear me? Are you freezing? Bro, what? Never mind. I'll just use a calculator. That was whatever. $114 we've raised since we started. Thanks. Anyway, Dani, I don't know why you're muted. You kind of left me hanging there. That was so nasty and so weird. Watched me really not be able to do math for a while. That was really, really nasty. Okay, everybody.
I have sharing screen ability, so I don't know if I have to send it to you. Well, see.
You can do it, then I can. No problem.
Okay, I'll go then. Let's just get it over with. I don't know what anybody can see. Oh shit, I'm scared. I didn't even name it. ¿Lo puedes ver? Can anybody see this?
Of course you do this.
Does it look weird?
No.
Is it full screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, welcome back to Black for Wrestling. And by that, I mean, welcome back to the segment in which I explain to all of you why Sir Lewis Carl David Hamilton is not only the greatest professional racing driver to ever grace the earth, but also one of, if not the greatest athletes ever. Again, please feel free to issue your comments, questions, concerns throughout the course of this. I can't see you right now because I'm sharing the screen, but you can see me, question mark?
Yes.
Right. Okay. So I also want to add a couple of caveats. Well, primero, a disclaimer. Also, I forgot to take the picture off. The picture means nothing. A couple of disclaimers. I understand that many watch us. I thought I had a picture on there. Promises nothing to do with what we're talking about today. Also, Lyric, you need to unmute yourself because I'm literally just talking to myself. So I need some form of feedback at some point. Thank you.
I will give feedback, but like you're literally starting. I don't need to say anything.
Oh, okay, right. I know a lot of you guys are European, so some of you might have different opinions from me, but you are wrong when it comes to this regard. I know F1 is also a growing sport, and so that's why I want to take people back to walk them through why my GOAT is actually the GOAT, because we got a lot of new fans who coming in here talking about, I'm Pierre Gasly FC, and I'll teach you why that's embarrassing in a second. I also want to add the Kim Kardashian disclaimer. For all of the glazing that I'm about to do for my GOAT, it is based in factual and analytical data, okay? I do bring in some of his charitable efforts and things of that nature. His dating life is not something that I would share with folks, right? So we do have to acknowledge and hold space for the Kim Kardashian of it all. We're not really going to talk about the Nicole Scherzinger thing or the Nicki Minaj thing or the Shakira thing or the J-Lo thing. A lot of things that we could be talking about when it comes to, his interpersonal relationships. But I'm going to leave those out for the sake of this. I'll touch on a little bit more, but that's not my focus. My focus today is on sporting achievement more than anything. Okay. Right. I stole this straight from the F1 website. I had 3 minutes. This is not what you need to know about F1. If you don't know anything about Formula One racing, TLDR, it's rich bitch racing. This is the Billionaires Boys Club version of racing. It's it's the most well-renowned international series here in the States. We are more accustomed to our Indy cars and our NASCARs, and shout out IndyCar. Next week's the Indianapolis 500, the greatest spectacle in racing. But I'll put that aside. F1 is considered a whole different level of like prestige, at least to them. They think they're big man on campus, and they have, data to back that up. It's also one of the most, if not the most, I don't know, popular sports in the world. So that's what I'm saying. I know a lot of y'all are probably somewhat vaguely familiar with F1, but you need to hear me in regards to the specificity of my GOAT. That's what I'm saying. Questions, comments, concerns about Formula One racing. I don't know why I asked. I can't see you guys. But so F1 is also single-seater, and so a lot of people are confused about like, oh, are there teams or like whatever. So there's 11 teams currently in Formula One. They added one this year, which is Cadillac, which is actually based here in Indiana, which is obviously my hometown. So that's massive. So Cadillac is new. Obviously, when you're new, you're not very good. Like, everybody's been spending all this money on all this development and shit. So they're not very good, but they are there. So there's 11 teams, 22 drivers. They crown one world champion, drivers world champion at the end of the year, and one world champion, like a team world champion. Like I said, 22 drivers, 2 per team. And it's important to note, and what often gets forgotten, and something that will be reoccurring throughout the course of this presentation, your first job in Formula One, your first job as a professional racing driver, is to beat your teammate. And you might be saying, Danielle, why would that be like your first job? Because you can't necessarily guarantee a world title. You can't necessarily control whether or not, your team is the fastest and you win the constructors, right? Like, there's a lot of different factors that go into that. You and your teammate, for the most part, are the only 2 folks who have almost the exact same car. So when it comes to F1, like, there's a lot that's put on comparison of like, is this person faster than this person? Is Kimi Antonelli faster than George Russell, who we will talk about later? Like, who, because if you drive in the same thing, it's a skill issue. If you can't beat these other people, it's a skill issue. Is a widely regarded argument. So that's important to keep in mind when we talk about LH. Again, guys, I didn't have time to fix this. I don't know who that person is. I don't know why it says education. Or the years mean nothing. Couple F1 facts. Like I said, currently 22 teams, don't have drivers. 2026 there are 24 races. No, that's not true. 24 races in 21 countries. Ignore that. Don't look at the words on the screen. Listen to the sound of my voice. How about that? So F1 is also known as widely as like a traveling circus. Like they pick up and move almost every weekend or every other weekend throughout the course of the racing season. And what's different about F1 versus like other sports is that the season is so long. Like they start testing and like racing at like in like March, and then it goes through the end of December. Like the whole year is the season. There's like a few weeks off in the summer, but like compared to like a football or like a basketball, like there's no real extended defined off season. Okay, I've got a little question for the folks. Which type of racing do you think is actually the fastest? Is it IndyCar? Is it NASCAR? Is it Formula One? Lyric Swinton, what do you think?
I would say NASCAR because they don't have anything to lose.
You know what? There was a famous clip from a NASCAR race that saw one of the drivers say, I'm not lifting until I see God or the checkered flag. So that is the NASCAR philosophy.
Yeah.
But also, NASCAR is a little bit different because it's closed wheel racing versus open wheel racing. So IndyCar and F1 are much more comparable. NASCAR is, of those three, the slowest, actually.
Yes.
So, IndyCar and NASCAR, IndyCar and Formula One like to do this dick measuring contest where they're like, whose car is actually faster? Also, I am not going to provide my credentials on this topic. You just need to trust that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to these cars, okay?
No, she genuinely does. Like, honestly, like, without doxing you or anything.
Yeah, just take my word for it.
Yeah.
Okay? So, IndyCar, IndyCar's at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. To give you a little bit of IndyCar background. So, Indianapolis Motor Speedway is exactly what it sounds like. It's a super speedway. What does that mean? It's a big ass oval, and as you go around it, you continue to pick up speed. People who have never done it, like it's such a hard to describe feeling, and a lot of drivers from every series find IMS itself terrifying. So IndyCars, also fun fact about IndyCar. Oh my god, let me stop. IndyCars have a max out speed at IMS that is higher than anything that F1 can do. So IndyCar calls itself the fastest racing on earth. F1 doesn't directly refute that claim, but they say, that even though IndyCar has got the straight line speed and IMS is kind of an exception because it's different, but F1 cars are by far considered the most prestigious. Also a little bit, I'm not going to talk about all that, but if you had to give an answer, if you were on Jeopardy and they asked you what is the fastest racing on earth, you could say, oh, it depends on the definition. They're like, no, I need an answer. It's actually IndyCar. But F1 has better branding. Okay. Who's LH? Born in 85. Damn. In Stevenage, England, to a mixed race family. That is so important, okay? Because when little Lewis Hamilton, who suffered from dyslexia and bullying as a kid, he was like, damn, I'm going to really get into like RC cars. So he gets into RC cars. He's molly-whopping grown adults in RC cars as a kid. And his dad, who, they were a working class family. His dad had a regular job. His dad was like, you know what? I'm going to be your manager. And we're going to get you into go-karting. He gets into go-karting, starts dog walking everybody at his similar age, in go-karting. He gets really good really fast. And some of those same things that set Lewis apart when he was a kid continue to set him apart at his big ass age now. So actually, eventually he fires his dad as his manager. It's a whole thing. But what was different about Lewis? Well, a couple of things. One, like I said, F1 is a billionaires boys club. If you're not already within that network, like it's almost impossible to break into it. But he was that good that he could not be denied. He wasn't going away. They was gonna have to deal with him. So at an awards ceremony, little Lewis Hamilton walks over to Ron Dennis, who's the head of McLaren at the time, and he says, I'm going to work for you. He was 10, and Ron Dennis was like, yeah, call me in a few years. Mind you, a few years later, McLaren calls him. They said, and by a few years, I mean like 4 years. They were like, you're coming with us, brother. Who else is Lewis Hamilton? Okay. Well, actually, I'll pause there. Questions, comments, concerns as to how we got here.
Quick question. So, I know he's mixed, but which parent is black?
His dad is black.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? Lewis, and this is the most key thing of all. Lewis Hamilton is the first and only black driver to compete in Formula One. Even in big 2026, that much is still true. They didn't want this to happen. I'm telling you, like historically, clearly, look at the evidence. They let one guy race with them, and this is what happens. These are the all-time F1 records that he currently holds. So he's got 7 world titles. That is tied with Michael Schumacher. He should have 8. We will talk about why he does not have 8. In my head, he does. But whatever. He has 7 world titles. He has won 105 races. He has 104 pole positions, which means that he qualified first. So you start the race first, which we'll talk about. And he has 203 podium finishes. He's left with trophies 203 different times. He also has the all-time record for career points finishes, and wins at a single Grand Prix. He has won his home race, the British Grand Prix, or one of his home races now, fun fact, the British Grand Prix, 9 times. He don't lose when it comes to his home turf. So, you might be wondering, Danielle, looking at all of these records that he's held, those are all the big ones. It's world titles, it's wins, it's pole positions, podiums, finishes, career points finishes. Why do people have such an issue with calling him the GOAT? Like, you look, numbers alone, he should be called the GOAT. Why do people try to nitpick and call him something that he's not? Oh, wait. Okay, so I got ahead of myself. So a couple of fun stories. So 2008, well, no. So when Lewis debuts, he starts driving for McLaren. And he's really good. Like, off the line, the first race, the first time, you can hear the commentators say something along the lines of, that bitch finna be a problem. First race. Which is not normal. With rookies, usually there's like an adjustment period, whatever. So his rookie year, he's up against Fernando Alonso, who has already won 2 world titles. Fun fact, never touches another. Fernando Alonso, who is a veteran, and he yanks that nigga chain so quick. Lewis comes in, calls Alonso a fake demon, and dog walks that hoe his rookie season. That don't usually happen. Lewis was also, I think, like 2 points away from winning the world title his rookie season. That's not normal. That don't happen. And then later in 2008, he became, at the time, the youngest world champion in history at 23 years and 300 days, I think. And then later, Sebastian Vettel, my close personal friend, Sebastian Vettel, dethrones him with that. But yeah, so he don't come in. There's no adjustment period. He comes in and says, I'm the captain now. Thank you. Also, we get into like we'll get into some tea and some drama. Alonso has never really, his ego has never really recovered from that rookie season. He has had an issue with Lewis since that rookie season because he got kind of embarrassed. So to this day, they still have like a weird beef, you know, like weird old man issues between the two of them. But yeah, that's fun fact. Fernando Alonso is on the op list. Right. Mercedes years. While Lewis Hamilton, well, I'll go back here. While Lewis Hamilton, so he was on McLaren, wins the world title at McLaren, and he's like, okay, though, like, I feel like I need to do something bold. Like, McLaren's progress had kind of stalled. Like, they weren't really doing a whole lot of nothing. And so Niki Lauda and other folks, TLDR, convinced Lewis to leave McLaren, which was crazy. You have to remind yourself, McLaren, one of the most well-regarded, esteemed, you know, teams of all time. Like, it was a big deal to drive for McLaren. And he said, I'm going to leave McLaren and I'm going to go to Mercedes. And they were like, Mercedes just got here. Like, Mercedes, they don't know how to do nothing in comparison to McLaren. Like, what are you doing? And what was he doing? He was starting a decade worth of dominance that was absolutely unparalleled. Lewis and McLaren were truly the problem of all time. They were lapping niggas. They was beating niggas on pure race pace by 60 seconds. Lewis Hamilton once won a race on 3 wheels. He popped a tire and still was able to win the race in the last lap because they couldn't catch up. That's just how fast and how good that Mercedes was in its prime, brother. Ooh, God, I think about it sometimes in my dreams. And it got to the point, right? Like, it truly did get to the point where people were like, the sport is not fun anymore. We know who's going to win. And drivers would say this too. Like, we know who's going to win. Lewis is going to win. Like, they would ask them at the beginning of the year, who's going to be world champion? It's going to be Lewis. Like, who's going to be, you know, constructors champion? It's going to be Mercedes. Like, it's not even fun to play the game no more because it was that much of a gap at Mercedes' peak. So F1 didn't love that because you had a couple of problems that were arising. One, you know, people are saying the sport's not as interesting to watch anymore because you know that Lewis is going to win and his teammate is probably going to come second. Like, they were like, it's not as fun to watch anymore. But also, right, like, we going to have, because, like, our pure sport that we love and it's been around for so long, like, are we really, this is my opinion, are we really okay with the face of it being, you know, because now he has like every record, and if he keeps dominating, some of these records are never gonna be touched.
Like, it's getting really black out here.
It's getting really and really scary. And so the other aspect of the Mercedes years was that you have to keep in mind, like, he was young, black, and turned. Like, so Lewis was known for, like, he would, like, be partying with Beyonce and Jay-Z, like, one night, get on a private jet, dog walk these niggas in a race, and leave. Like, he was, in addition to being, like, that much better than everybody, he was also, in the earlier years of Mercedes, too, he was not afraid to tell you that he was better than you. And it was so irritating to all of them because they were like, what you mean you out partying with fucking J-Lo and shit and you coming out and you still beating everybody? They didn't like that. You know what else they didn't like? He got a penalty one time and they were like, why do you think they treated you differently? You know, because the other guy didn't get a penalty. He said, maybe it's because I was black. They didn't like that. So now they said, whoa, hold on, partner. But these Mercedes years, man, some of these races, I would trade a good portion of my family and friends to go relive some of these races.
Well, tell us how you really feel.
That's how I feel. That is. So here's some of the criticisms, right? I took these also straight from Reddit. So they said Mercedes had the best engine, especially in the early days, along with the best driver and super reliability. So that much is part of it is like, okay, you have to keep in mind, F1 is for all intents, it's still a team sport. If the team gives you a shit car, it doesn't matter if you're the best driver in the world. You're not going to win, because or everybody else got a better car than you. So how Mercedes got that head start on that engine, I'll leave you to look up. But they did. They got a head start. They got the best engine. They had the best driver. And they were able to build, more than anything, a super reliable car. Ferrari at the time, with our dear friend Sebastian Vettel, Ferrari was able to build a really fast car, but they were not able to build as reliable of a car. So that was a factor. And so essentially, one of the problems of these LH domination years was that Mercedes would start at the front and stay at the front. And that didn't necessarily make for really interesting racing if you weren't a Mercedes or Lewis fan. And fun fact, Mercedes and all their money is a reason that now there's a budget limit on all of these teams. Because Mercedes, you win, and what does that mean? You get more sponsors. And now you have more sponsors, and you can build a better car, and you can win more. And so it was just like a 10-year-long cycle of just, damn, they win it, they're richer than us. They get richer than us, so they win more. And so they just had to be stopped. Yeah, and a lot of people say that, anybody could have won in that car. It didn't matter, who was in it. Anybody would have won in that car. It was that good. So why didn't they? So here are my rebuttals. F1, ignore the typos. F1 has always been about money. Step your bread up. It has always been a pay-to-play sport. And there have always been elements of, of that within the sport. It's built in. Anybody could have won in that car. Anybody could have been whatever. My two counterpoints. Valtteri Bottas. Valtteri and Lewis were teammates for the bulk of this Lewis Hamilton domination. Valtteri Bottas has never been world champion. Valtteri Bottas will never be world champion. He had the same exact car as Lewis. He could never once in his life, well, even if he won races, he could never over the course of a season beat Lewis Hamilton. Nico Rosberg, I'm not getting into the Brosadies of it all. But what I'm
going to intersect here. There was one day, Dani literally gives me how long were we talking about this for? It was well over an hour. Gives me the full Brosadies lore. Please look it up on your own time.
I will.
This is fascinating.
Fully willing to give you guys another one, but I'll give you a quick little note here, right? So what I'll say about this, for the sake of this presentation, Nico Rosberg and Lewis were teammates in Lewis's earlier years at Mercedes. They were also close, very close personal friends. And so Nico Rosberg, Lewis Hamilton, for all of his, kumbaya, heal the world shit that he does now, he was a terrorist in his earlier days at Mercedes. And when he was winning, he was he's great at his image. He's also, as you can imagine, as a professional athlete, insane. And so he loves psychological warfare. He loved fucking with people, and none more than Nico Rosberg. So Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton were teammates. Nico Rosberg kept losing to Lewis Hamilton. At one point, Nico Rosberg moves out of his family home into a hotel for the course of almost a whole season to focus on beating Lewis and just beating Lewis. He changes his whole life, doesn't see his whole family for a while to just lock in and make this happen. Mind you, Lewis would be doing all this and then fucking flying to Grammy after parties, and you're not even seeing your wife. So he was insane about this. But Nico Rosberg managed to beat Lewis Hamilton over the course of a season one time as teammates. And then he becomes world champion one time and immediately retires. He said, I can't live like this. I can't do this anymore. There's something wrong with that man. I can't play his fucking games. So I say ought to say, both of these very talented people had the opportunity over the course of a decade to best Lewis, to challenge him in the same car. they couldn't really do it. Nico got that one in 2016, but then literally quit the sport right after because he knew he couldn't do it again. And part of what's important about F1 is like you build the car including the input of everyone, like including your driver. So Lewis is known for being someone who has very strong opinions on how his car drives, on, on all these different aspects of his car. And yes, during the V6 engine era, he had a rocket ship at Mercedes, but so did these other people, and they couldn't do it. And why didn't you build a rocket ship? What were you doing at the Devil's Sacrament? Why didn't you build a rocket ship? Oh, because your drivers aren't staying late and grinding and making sure that we got all this locked in. You ain't got it like I got it. That's why. Thank you. Wait. Okay, so next. Right. Some more glazing on my go. Mission 44. So Lewis, in 2020, really kind of had, I think with a lot of people, but he really had like a moment where he was like, I feel like I'm kind of now in a position in 2020 and 2021 where he was like, I'm in a position now where like I am going to talk about race, and I know it's going to be awkward and it's going to be like weird to a lot of these people because I'm probably one of the very few Black people that most of these people know. But he got really vocal about it. He got really vocal about Black Lives Matter. He would show up to the track, beat everybody, and then change into a shirt that said "Arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor." And for a sport that is designed the way F1 is designed, especially when you are the one and only Black driver in the sport, that was crazy to so many people for you to do, and so like audacious. And so I know a lot of people are like, oh, a lot of his stuff is performative. It's like, but some of y'all favorite drivers are actually standing in the photo where he asks folks to kneel. So for as much as you want to be like, oh, everything Lewis does is performative, which I disagree with and we will talk about, your favorite drivers wouldn't even perform. Charles Leclerc, you're standing straight up in that picture, aren't you? Max Verstappen, my true sworn op of all time, standing straight up in that picture. Lewis has honest conversations about race with everybody on the grid. And some of you guys disregard him and say he's got, like, oh my God, I don't know why he feels the need to always bring this up. Right. I'm so sure. Red Bull Racing. You know what you are. Some other fun facts. So he also in 2020 or 2021, I think, he commissioned something called the Hamilton Report, which is this really extensive research effort to find out about the barriers that students of color face in getting into STEM careers, but also in, that young drivers and young people face in trying to get into a sport like F1. So he does all this, gives this to every single team. The only team who makes any moves based off it, McLaren, Mercedes. So whatever. But we're not at Mercedes anymore. We're Ferrari girls. But that's not important. The other fun fact that I think this is so fun, but I think this is fun because I'm Black. 2021, Lewis Hamilton is engaged in the title fight that eventually gets robbed from him. He truly, and I'm never somebody that's like, oh, blame the refs or like whatever, like, oh, this bad call ruined us. This F1 has admitted to Lewis Hamilton losing this world title based off a, quote, human error. That was the official decision that came from Formula One. Now, they didn't give him the 8th title that he deserves, but they do at least acknowledge he should have won that world title. He got screwed out of his world title. I won't get into it because it genuinely, like, all these years later, it actually does, like, piss me off whenever people speak about Abu Dhabi 2021. If you want another, like, thing on that, I can do something on that too one day, but just be prepared to hear the most cussing you've ever heard me do. But my point is, in 2021, at the Sao Paulo Grand Prix in Brazil, Lewis Hamilton qualifies well, then gets disqualified. And TLDR, he goes from dead last in that race to go on to win the race. And you would have thought that people of Brazil acted like he was like, he they loved him, brother. And he was like, damn, they really love me in Brazil. Like, they're really feeling me right now. And so, you know, he says a couple words in Portuguese, and they're like, damn, we love Lewis Hamilton. And he's like, you know what? I think we go together bad now. So he's talking about, oh, I love Brazil. I love Brazil all the time. Brazil said, matter of fact, you want to be a citizen? He said, I mean, yeah, you know, sure. Yeah. So he gets honorary Brazilian citizenship, sets up a branch of his charity foundation that he created based off the Hamilton Commission about getting more, you know, students, black and brown students into STEM fields. He sets up a branch in Brazil because he's Brazilian now. So now he has 2 home races. And I just think that's so fun. And I think it's so funny because white people will be like, oh, why does Brazil love him so much? Like, why is he so popular in Brazil? I'll give you one fucking guess. Like, come on. That's my goat glazing. I'm now open to questions. Thank you.
I don't have any questions, but this is riveting work. I do say for the people who are watching Collision in the chat, I actually turned Collision on my phone just to watch Willow and Red Velvet, and then that was really good. And then Sammy Guevara came on screen, and so that's enough of that. But your presentation, you're so passionate about this. I learned something new every time you talk about it. It's so weird. One day I think we should do a survey. We should probably do this at the end of the year of just like and ask people, what new niche interests have you collected from us over the course of the year? No, because I've collected several from you and like other people that we've interacted with, like, you know, over the past year. So I'm sure that osmosis works, you know, both ways. So yeah. Good job. Everybody clap.
Thank you. Someone asked, did Valtteri ever get a podium finish while racing Lewis in that car? So yes. So Valtteri and Lewis actually have, I think they still hold it, like the record for most like 1-2 finishes. So Valtteri was a very talented driver who he won races against Lewis. He could never beat him over the course of a season, but they have the most finishes as first and second. Because if you were looking for Valtteri Bottas, you would find him on the track, and then you would see Lewis way down there in front of him. Thank you. Is there a wrestler that you feel has a similar aura or attitude as Lewis? Okay, I've said this before, and I've been asked that before. So I don't even watch. He might be my GOAT now. He is. You just check the numbers, check the scoreboard. But a similar wrestler has a similar aura or attitude as Lewis. In a weird way, not to glaze him as well.
Oh, I don't. Please go ahead. Go please. Give him what you own. Give him what you own.
Because the thing about both of them, they're both veterans who are closer to the end of their career than the beginning, and their peak is so good that it redefined a lot of things within their sport. It changed the metric between good and great, and their impact goes far beyond, you know, just the confines of where they were doing their excellence. I also would say, similar to Kenny, Lewis Hamilton has a very broad and profound family tree. Now he has been racing long enough that the people who are coming up are saying, I got into racing because I saw Lewis Hamilton win his second world title. So he has sons as well. So I would say Kenny. I would say also their approaches, and because like they're not normal, you know, like, and it shouldn't work. That's the thing with both Kenny and with Lewis, is like what Lewis is able to do is he has, like Kenny, he has the innate ability already. You have that. You have the talent. You have all of that. You also had crazy concepts of what you wanted to do. It was a crazy, outlandish idea for Lewis to be like, I think I can be the best professional driver in the world. You're black. You're not supposed to do that. Like, what do you mean? No one has ever done that before. And then Kenny, you know, as we just learned with our good friend Emily, is like, you know what? I've got all these ideas and I don't know how I'm going to do them, but I'm going to do them. set their sights on greatness, never look back, cannot be competed with or compared with. And even though they've got a lot of folks who hate them for no real reason, they are unequivocally my goats. And they're both kind of weird. So, thank you.
There's some more similarities, but we can't talk about those. Anyway, is AJ ready?
I don't know. She was earlier. But guys, thank you for listening. I don't know if you can tell, LH means a lot to me. A lot to me.
This won't be the last time that Lewis Hamilton is discussed on their show.
Unfortunately, it's my mood does depend on how well he does each and every single weekend. We're lucky this weekend because he does not race. And I didn't mention it. He's at Ferrari now. We're not doing as great as we were at Mercedes. We were never going to because Ferrari's low-key embarrassing. They're the winningest team of all time, but not since I've been alive. So we're not in our flop era. We're just not where we were when we were dog walking bitches.
Fair.
So just be prepared for that. If you're going to tune in, just be prepared for it. But the thing is, when you've done all this winning, same with Kenny, when you've done all this winning, there's nothing left to prove. Just
Truly.
I texted AJ.
She's here?
Hi. Hi. I'm so sorry about this lighting. My ceiling, like the light in my ceiling literally fell out of the ceiling.
Oh.
While I was getting ready. So I missed a lot of your presentation. I'm so sorry about that. My dad there's literally like wires hanging down. I had him come in and like put the caps on them so it doesn't catch on fire, but we're good. But okay. I'm sorry for the terrible lighting. I have like a lamp in the corner.
We're sorry we threw this at you. We literally like came up.
No, I love this.
So.
The fact that people actually are following us up is just like we need to be stopped. We have to be stopped. I have your presentation.
Yeah, it's the fact that I had this ready. I didn't have to do anything to this.
She had this in the bag for us. So.
I had this.
I appreciate that. You just let me know when you want to move these slides.
Okay. Yeah, I feel bad because it's also like coming in off of like Emily and Dani, where it's like these are things that I'm really passionate about. And I'm going to educate the people about it. That's not what I brought. that's not the vibe that I have here today.
This is exactly what we wanted from you.
Yeah, we get some whimsy.
It's gonna get strange. I brought this it was advertised as like a crazy fuck, marry, kill night where everyone made PowerPoints. And I brought it and very quickly realized that my crazy is not the same version as the other people's crazy. And when I came out with this, it was silence. They were not. Nobody was having fun. Nobody was having fun. It was bad fun. So I'm very excited to like bring this out and have people hopefully like actually participate. Just use you need imagination.
AJ, I can promise you right now, both of us will answer every single one of these questions.
Because I'm the same as you, where I love like coming into a room and asking a crazy question like that, and then I hate the people who are like, I can't choose.
Oh my god, don't be lame. Like play the random games. So yeah, we'll play. We promise.
Listen, okay. Before we start, if we're about to embarrass ourselves like this, y'all, please donate some money.
Yes.
This is for a good cause. We're literally doing this for charity. Again, the links are below. Pledge.to/BGW-birthday, or you could text BGW birthday to 707070. This is for charity. This is for the National Immigrant Justice Center and Civil Liberties Defense Center. All right, let's rock and roll.
Hold on. Really quick. You know what's really funny is that like the National Immigrant Justice Center in particular, like they've been so nice and like so like responsive with us.
Absolutely.
Like
Civil Liberties Defense Center too.
Yeah. But they asked Lyric like, so what is this? Like where is these donations coming from? We saw these donations and we were like, oh, you know, like it's like pro wrestling thing, like whatever. How do we explain to those nice, fun, classy folks?
Yeah.
we not explaining shit. That check going cash regardless.
$600 playing fuck, marry, kill. AJ, let's do it.
Also, one more thing.
Whoa.
This is I started off tame.
Yeah.
I start off little.
Hey.
Yes. I start off easy, but one more thing. If you are broke like me, just donate a couple dollars if you can.
Yeah.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah.
And don't feel bad about it if you can't.
Or
Absolutely.
Or if you can't give it all, share
yeah,
this.
our tea is free. That's
Yeah.
just good. We love you so much.
Yes.
Okay, now we're ready.
Yeah, let's do it.
Jesus Christ. Let's roll.
Okay, we have Sully from Monsters Inc., the Bus Tiger from Zootopia, and Nick Wilde from Zootopia. I think these are all like conventionally hot characters where like when people are like, oh, who's your like out of pocket, hear me out, people say these.
That's easy. I'm ready.
Okay,
Okay,
sure.
what do you got?
I'm gonna fuck Nick Wilde. I'm going to marry the bus tiger, and I'm gonna kill Sully.
Any reason?
I don't feel like the Zootopia. I feel like Zootopia is self-explanatory. Bus tiger seems like kind. We could build a life together.
Yeah.
And I found Sully irritating,
Yeah.
so it has to die.
That's,
Actually, I have the exact same answer as Dani. I don't feel as strongly about hating Sully. I just think that me and the bus tiger will probably get along better.
I agree as well.
Wow. Okay. Good job, team.
We love a consensus.
Okay, so from Cars, we have Sally, Doc Hudson, and Lightning McQueen. I put the one with Lightning with his tongue out just for an example.
Hey, what's missing? Right.
Just so everyone could see. But yeah, another like one.
I would fuck my Lightning McQueen. And I would marry Sally, and I would have to kill Doc Hudson.
I can't do that. No, I'm gonna fuck Doc Hudson.
The sentence is coming out of her mouth.
I didn't say I would. I said I'm going to.
None of these words are in the Bible, mind you.
Doc Hudson, if you're watching, slide in Dani's DMs.
Yeah, I guess that's what we learned tonight.
You said, let me pet that dog, man.
Yeah, so I guess fuck Doc Hudson. I'd probably kill Lightning McQueen and Sally. I don't want to marry either one of them, but if I had to, I guess I'd marry Sally and I'd kill Lightning McQueen.
I'm torn because if I'm like building a happy life, I want to marry Sally, but if I'm like, I want money, I'm gonna marry Lightning McQueen.
Ooh, I forgot about the money.
Money, yeah, because he's so famous that I feel like. So I think I'd fuck Sally, marry Lightning McQueen, and kill Doc Hudson. Unfortunately, I like him, but he just doesn't have that money anymore.
This is insane.
So I want to change my answer then. I'd have to kill Sally. I'm sorry because I need that money.
I'm not killing the only woman here. Just
not. Yeah, I don't want to.
Woke.
Someone said, I think you obviously fucked Doc Hudson.
Next, we have Gritty from the Philadelphia Flyers. We have Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Dawn from Monsters University.
I'll tell you right now, I haven't decided on the other two, but I know Gritty gotta die.
I'm killing
right now. After that Penguins Flyer series, I'm telling you right now today, Gritty, you shall fall. You will fall. Other than that,
100% agree.
Hey Ben,
I've never seen Courage the Cowardly Dog.
I'd fuck Eustace. This could go really good or really bad. I'm not gonna lie, it'll go really bad. But I think that it's one of those. I'll have a story to tell the girls after.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll marry Dawn. But Gritty, you're dead.
I actually agree again. Now I've never seen Courage the Cowardly Dog, so I'm going purely based off appearance. Like, I would let him hit once, I guess, but So I guess me and Dawn are getting married. That's fine.
I think I have something really gross to say, and I don't know if it's allowed.
It's always allowed.
Everything's allowed here, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, so Dawn has his fate in the movie is that he always gets stuck to stuff with his suckers. And I think
hey man, that changes things. Hey, Hey, listen. I'm not gonna lie. I think we're allowed to change our
And I think that's really interesting.
new information being presented. New information, new evidence.
Yeah. I'm gonna
We
say
have a second trial with some new evidence.
fuck Dawn, marry Gritty for the money, and then kill Eustace.
Well, if you marry Dawn, then you can fuck all the time.
That's true. But I like money a lot more.
Wait, what was your answer? What was your answer?
Fuck Dawn, marry Gritty, and kill Eustace.
Mary and Gritty is crazy.
I know.
That's all I do know.
That's absolutely insane.
But great, like all the merch of Gritty, he's got so much money.
The others are negotiable, but Gritty gotta die.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't keep up with sports, so whatever he's doing in that, I just know him as Gritty.
But honestly, sports.
Sidney Crosby is so disgusting, and trust me, you'll hear from my peers.
Like the thing is, Sidney Crosby aside, because that is enough reason to disqualify Gritty.
Correct.
He's also terrifying to look at.
Yeah.
Imagine like that on top of you. Ooh.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Oh, he got a little in the. We have Wallace from Wallace and Gromit.
This is so freaked out.
Lips guy from Monsters Inc. and Jumba from Lilo and Stitch. I like to throw out, first of all, I think that Wallace looks like Gabe Kidd.
He does.
Well,
and he does well.
Yeah.
And that sends him far down the list for me immediately.
Once you've said it now, oh, man, you ruined the tour with that.
Okay, hold on. Let me think.
But you know, I'd have to fuck Lips guy. I mean, anyway, closure.
I think it's funny because like some of the comments are like playing along, and some of the comments
I know.
Collision.
They're like, please talk about Collision. I won't.
I won't.
You want me to talk about? Huh?
I didn't watch that.
But also, mind you, where in Lyric and Dani's unfortunately infinite pajama party / birthday bash that never ends for charity does it say wrestling?
I'll be honest. I have Collision up right now. It's just nothing interesting happening on it.
No, this fucking kill is infinitely more.
Yeah, it really is.
I appreciate everybody who's actively watching Collision and then also dealing with this bullshit at the same time. I'm glad you didn't log off.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
Let me answer that question. Okay.
I Lips guy, marry Jumba, kill Wallace.
I'm killing Lips guy. That's a terrifying visual to me. I can't let that slide. I'm going to
Hey, what'd that mouth do? I don't know.
I'm gonna marry Jimbo and I'd fuck Wallace. But you gotta put the Gabe thing. You gotta put him aside.
That's literally like, I feel like before, if it wasn't connected to Gabe Kidd, he would be in a really different placement. But I would fuck Lips guy, marry Jumba, and kill Wallace.
Why are you fucking Lips guy? Well, have a guess.
Why you think?
Have a guess.
Bro, we're not going to heaven.
Mind you, this is me and Lyric's first time meeting.
Yeah.
Whatever works.
Grimace.
The M, just the M.
Just
from McDonald's, just the M, and Mayor McCheese.
Mayor McCheese.
I'm just thinking about mechanics here.
I should have. I'm gonna be honest. I think you need an edible for this. Like
I'm locked in.
Wow.
It gets worse from here.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Grimace kind of looks like what's it called? Like a puff you do your makeup with.
Oh
I was
yeah.
about to say something completely different.
I was like, let her finish the sentence before you.
You said.
Well, I guess.
The
purple is crazy.
I thought it was a. Never mind.
Well, that too. It's time to fuck Grimace.
Yeah,
I'd probably fuck the M.
Mayor McCheese getting Charlie Kirked.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Man McCheese gotta die. I will say it's just a little too creepy.
I've never even seen that before.
Me neither. And I don't plan to see it again.
Cheese, I'm sorry.
I think I too would have to just fuck the M and marry Grimace.
Yeah,
I agree.
Guys, we're really aligned on all
Yeah,
that.
we get it.
We can get their access. Okay.
So we have Scrub Daddy, Scrub Mommy, and Scrub Snowman.
Snowman.
Yeah,
Oh,
the holiday edition.
like Jeezy?
Like Jeezy is crazy. I'm gonna. Well, I feel
So,
like frosty.
Yellow's my favorite color. So, well, technically gold, but whatever. So I'd have to go with I'd marry Scrub Daddy. I'd have to fuck Scrub Mommy. And I'd have to kill Scrub Snowman.
I feel weird killing Scrub Snowman because I feel like he's like Frosty the Snowman, and like if you kill Frosty the Snowman, that means you're a terrible person.
But he dies anyway.
Yeah, but I don't want to be at the hands of that.
Yeah.
I want to blame that on climate change. I'm going to marry
Jesus Christ.
Man. I'm going to Scrub Daddy's bigger, so I'll fuck Scrub Daddy. I guess I'll kill Scrub Mommy.
I'm gonna marry Scrub Mommy because pink is my favorite color and I hate men.
Real.
I'm gonna kill Scrub Daddy because I hate men. And I'll fuck Scrub Snowman because I like being cold.
I also like being cold. Oh my god, this is rude.
In wares, I guess.
This is. Sometimes you gotta make the tough calls.
We have Evil Minion, Phil Shortman from Hey Arnold, and 1998 Bill Goldberg Wrestling Buddy. I own this, and he once caught on fire, and he's still here.
So you tried to kill him.
I got him at a garage sale when I was 7 before I knew anything about wrestling because he was scary looking. So I was obsessed with him. I would put him in a little baby doll stroller and roll him around so that like when people would stop me and be like, "Can I see your baby?" I'd be like, "Oh yes." And then he would be sitting in there.
1998 Bill Goldberg Wrestling Buddy.
Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
I was gonna say, I don't know. I gotta see what Phil Shortman talking about. I don't know. I have to see what Phil Shortman talk about. I'd fuck Phil Shortman.
He's cool. He's a World War II veteran. There's like a scene of him like choking out Hitler in the actual show.
I like that.
Marry.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. I can agree.
I would marry him as well.
I'd marry Phil Shortman.
I'm killing the evil minion. I don't like that little freak.
Yeah,
it makes me uncomfortable. Is it ableist to say that I think of all the minions as children? Do we know their ages?
They're like ancient beings. They have a whole movie of like they built the pyramids and like they literally do I'm sorry to talk about Hitler again. They literally have a thing in the movie where canonically they were like frozen in ice during that period because their thing is they go and they serve the evilest person on earth. So they have like from these years to these years, the minions were frozen in ice. And they thought,
why didn't they do anything about slavery?
Yeah.
Wait, pause. So if Minions thinks, I haven't seen that movie. If Minions thinks that they serve the evilest person like on Earth, like so, is Evil Minion the evilest of the minions, or are they antithetical to the Evil Minion mission?
So evil minions are like mutant minions. This happens in the second movie. Because I don't really know why canonically the minions would still be with Gru because he gets nice.
Yeah, he's not evil.
Second movie, but an evil or villain comes and steals some minions and he injects them with purple stuff and it makes them evil minions. They're not really evil. They just like eat metal. and the other ones don't.
Well, yeah, I'm killing that little bitch.
Yeah, for sure. But I think Grandpa Phil is a really good person, and I could build a beautiful life with him.
Yeah, we're getting married.
Yeah.
We're getting married. And I guess I gotta fuck the 1998 Bill Goldberg wrestling buddy.
Yeah.
If I must.
Yeah.
You know?
I can get down with these answers. I can get down with these.
Yeah.
Glad we're aligned.
We should do another one of these, and I'll do a PowerPoint on the minions.
Ooh.
Please do.
Refrigerator, oven, dishwasher. I like being cold, so I'd marry the refrigerator.
Yeah, you get it.
I think I. Yeah, oh God, this is these words. Putting these words together in sentences is crazy. Because why am I about to say? Yeah, I'd fuck a dishwasher. Like that's so cool. Let's kill the oven. Yeah. Sure. Whatever. John. Oh my God! Lo just came in here. We have company. Where they okay. So for people who came in here late, we're having a PowerPoint party. Okay, so we're on our third one. All of them have to be about random things. I'm going last. The first one was about Golden Lovers. Emily came through and did that. Shout out to her. The second one was Dani's. She did one about Lewis Hamilton's GOAT campaign. And then the third one, that's where we're on now. It's a game of an unconventional game of fuck, marry, kill. Okay, you get 3 options. This is AJ's game. None of these words have ever been used in sentences before. So like our bloodlines to use these words.
Yeah, you guys heard it here first.
So we're on the 9th round of this game. It's getting pretty weird.
Pretty freaked out. I also want to add that none of this whole thing would not be funny if we were men. It would be
no, that would be no
weird and disgusting.
No. Because men will be like, I've already fucked all this stuff.
I did that this morning.
They'll be dead serious.
I love putting my dick in the fridge. I would. I guess I'd have to fuck the dishwasher. But I don't want to live in an oven that's giving Hansel and Gretel. I would.
It is a double door oven, if that changes things.
It does a little bit. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna live in the oven. I'll kill the fridge.
I would marry the fridge, same reason as Lyric. I like being cold, and fuck the dishwasher just cause I want to kill an oven.
Okay, so we're all gonna fuck the dishwasher.
Yeah. Dishwasher can get it. Dishwasher getting all the hoes.
Clearly, just lining up. Running a train on the dishwasher.
I pray nobody clips this, bro. Like this is these
charity.
Charity.
Context sounds nutty.
Even guys, you have to start donating like a lot more right now.
Please don't. Yeah, please. Like
just so that you like this, because everyone likes this.
Obviously. Send the money. No, somebody definitely donated during this segment. They're into it.
We're into it.
Yeah. They're like, finally, something interesting.
We're taking the stream down as soon as it's over, butter.
Whoa.
This is our final one. We have ball pit, hippo-shaped humidifier, and Reba corn maze.
Okay. Right, because of course we would.
Yeah.
I gotta think.
These are things. Some of these things I didn't know existed.
And the ball pit does come with the slide.
Hey man, I'm marrying that ball pit.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you marry the ball pit, you're the only one using the ball pit. So it's
yeah.
Like,
I think that's even better.
Because I just they can be gross, but if you're the only one that's ever using it, like.
Yeah, it's not a polyamorous ball pit. It would be just for you.
Oh yeah. I'll marry the ball pit.
Yeah, me too.
I like humidifiers. I do, but I'm gonna be honest. Hippos a hippo-shaped humidifier, it looks a little cheap. I don't think it's going to be as good as like a regular,
Yeah.
humidifier. So I think I'm just going to fuck the Reba Cormays. I think I got to kill the hippo.
Now, how you gonna do that? Now, how you gonna do that?
We should have done that for all of these. If you kill someone, you have to tell us how.
Yeah.
It has corn in it. I don't know. I don't know, bro. This is so bad. This is so bad.
The concept of a polyamorous ball pit.
Is that not all ball pits?
That's true. That's true.
Unless you have like a private in-home ball pit.
I would if we were gonna get
married. That's fun.
I'm gonna fuck the hippo-shaped humidifier. It's the only thing that seems plausible to me. I'm going to, yeah, of course, it's a game of realism. So
yeah,
I'm going to marry the ball pit because I think we can have so much fun. Although maybe it wouldn't be fun because it's just me using the ball pit. I don't know like what level of enjoyment they would get from it.
It's not about them.
But a marriage is.
Yeah. But
it's
about
it. I'm married. Fuck you. And then I'm going to kill the Reba corn maze. That's easy.
I agree. I'm very afraid of corn mazes. I love Reba, but corn mazes are scary. So I would have to kill the corn maze, marry the ball pit, and fuck the hippo-shaped humidifier.
Fair. Well.
And then that is it.
You guys proud of yourselves? You feel like that went well?
I learned so much about myself through that exercise. I have a lot of questions that I'm just gonna have to sit down and ask myself later. And just when you think that you got your sexuality figured out,
I want to fuck this dishwasher. It's been a long time.
You're gonna be in the kitchen like, oh shit.
What did Dani? What did Ayana say? Pop my butt, pop
my butt. The motion of the ocean, baby. Oh god,
this is crazy. Wow. Well, wow. AJ, do you have any parting words? That you like to share? Like, any final? Yeah.
Nice to meet you, Lyric.
Nice meeting you as well. I'll tell you, I'll never forget you. Yeah.
AJ is my dog. You're welcome back anytime, please.
Truly.
I will not invite myself, so you'll have to invite me. But this was so much fun. All I want to say is donate more.
Yeah, or else.
Give more money. I tweeted that if you didn't donate more, you would be a Sammy Guevara fan.
Wow.
Now, so
is that what you want to be?
Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Do you want him to have the world title? You want belt collector Sammy Guevara? That's what you want.
Oh my god.
That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying if they're not donating.
They're saying this.
Who?
The people who aren't here. Every person who's not here.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So true. Yeah. We're gonna spread that rumor about you.
Yeah.
And then we're also gonna tell people that you want to fuck a hippo-shaped humidifier. Now what?
I'm gonna be honest. Out of all the terrible things that were up here, Gritty was the most offensive to me. All the things, I think Gritty was the most offensive.
And I don't really know Gritty as like the mascot for a team. I know him as just like a guy.
A terrifying being.
Yeah. Because he'll go to gay pride.
But he knows what he did.
If I saw Gritty at Pride, oh my god, I think that would ruin my night.
Just now straight.
My night. Yeah, that would flat out ruin my night. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I'm sure Philadelphia Pride is a very fun place, but like Gritty being out there.
I don't even live there, so I don't know why I know so much about Gritty. I don't live in even the state. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Gritty's probably one of the most well-known mascots. In sports, period. I believe the greatest mascot of all time is Cocky, but that's a whole nother conversation. for another time. Oh no, Danny, do you have something to say? Do you have a better option? Oh no, that's exactly. So I think we should just be quiet.
You notice how you didn't pause so I could answer. No, I don't have an answer.
All right. Well,
But what
thank you so much for coming, AJ.
Yes, thank
Love
you. Love you too. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
All right. We've come to the final presentation of this show. And I got to get the show in a row because I have to be done by 10. But if anybody has been listening to me talk for the last few weeks, especially like since the moon thing happened and the Artemis mission, I've been talking about, what songs would I share with aliens to get them not to eat us? And then I said, maybe I should expand that of just media in general. So this is my essential media that I would share with aliens to convince them not to kill us. Walk with me. We're going to start with Kenny Omega's greatest matches. Okay? Duh. I think this is pretty much of a non-starter. Listen, we flat out gave you a 35-minute long presentation of lovers. We know how much we love Kenny Omega around here. But out of all the wrestlers that I think that I would show an alien, there's so many amazing ones. And I'm not even saying showing Kenny's greatest matches because he's the greatest. He is. But if this alien, they've never seen humans before, let alone wrestling. What do I believe is the greatest representation of innovation of our great sport? And there's nobody else that I can look to give me that at such a high level, on a significantly high level, as Kenneth by God Omega. Okay. Now the actual greatest matches, I'm not sure which ones. I think we'd all have like differing opinions. I think the Osprey Omega match in the Tokyo Dome, that is 1000% one of mine. I think we talked about some. I would show that insane Budokan match with Ibushi. I would show. I'd show the tag match probably, the Golden Lovers tag matches, because again, the aliens do have to see the Golden Lovers. I'd probably show the Young Bucks match, Kenny and Hangman Page. What else would I show to the aliens? What would I think would be a great level of innovation? I actually would show the John Moxley Lights Out match from the first Full Gear. And I teeter-totter between, if I'm thinking about innovation, I would either probably show one of Kenny's matches with Hiroki Goto or Pac. Haven't decided yet. And I think one of the Naito matches as well. But there's so many. You really can't pick a bad one. I'll be honest. You really can't pick a bad one. But the aliens do need to see this. And so we're going to start with that. Second, we're going to Doctor Who. Some may say, will aliens find a show about a time-traveling alien offensive? Maybe. But have we considered that this shit is hard? You know, like some of these episodes, Doctor Who and now 911 occupy the same type of space in my brain of, is it the greatest show ever? No. But is it the greatest show ever? Yes. You know, some of these episodes, I wouldn't show a soul. Some of these episodes, I would show to anybody as the greatest representation of the human species. I put a few examples here. The Girl in the Fireplace is one of the greatest of all time. Heaven Sent is a masterpiece. Peter Capaldi's, magnum opus. Like, he really should have gotten like an Emmy or the British equivalent of that for that episode alone. It's one of the greatest pieces of acting that I've ever seen in my entire life, and I'm not exaggerating. In this episode, he is acting completely alone, completely on his own. There's nobody else there, and he is carrying this episode. All the dialogue there, he's the only character featured in the entire episode, and it is gorgeous. It's actually a two-parter. The second part is also amazing as well, but this is magnum opus level. Okay, and then there's Rogue, which I think is a brilliant piece of television. And listen, it's the Doctor falling in love with Jonathan Groff. Oh my God. What more do you want? Okay. Oh, somebody said Athena's talking right now. Yes, I come on, guys. Who do you think? Who do you take me for? Okay.
Yeah, I don't have it pulled up, so make sure you report back to me. Thank you.
Yes. Let's up. Next, the nanny, because the aliens simply must learn how to put that shit on. I was thinking about, I said, we have to give a display of fashion, but I don't have time to pull out, like, Vogue catalogs and stuff for you. I said, what can I do to show the aliens fashion and variety? And there's nothing like the nanny. I think that this is probably one of the greatest representations of, of fashion on a wide scale as far as affordability. There's higher end pieces, there's more affordable pieces, there's department store looks, there's high fashion looks. The nanny, of Fran Fine, this is exactly what what the aliens, I don't know their pronouns, came to see. Next, Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
I thought about, like, what is a single album that I would show aliens to get them to understand how good music is, right? And like, what is a single single album that I just know that they need to hear? And this album, from top to bottom, I believe it's the greatest album of all time. The greatest album ever made. Many are saying this, by Stevie Wonder. However, there are 2 bonus tracks on this album, and one of them is called Saturn. And Saturn is my favorite song, and it's probably, I think, one of the greatest Stevie Wonder songs ever, and I think it's one of my favorite songs ever. However, the message of the song is, I think it'll be a little bit misleading to what we're trying to say. So, because in Saturn, he's literally saying, we went to Saturn, saw how humans treated each other. The people on Saturn saw how humans treated each other, and they were so taken aback. They said, y'all are so ghetto. Y'all are so nasty, so rude. The way that y'all get down is actually, I wouldn't do a dog the way y'all do each other. They said absolutely not. And so that is, we're going to show them Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder, every track except for that one, because I think it could actually convince them to eat us, which is that's not what we're doing. That's not what the people came to see. The Best of Mercedes Moné, much like with Kenny, what's the best that we have to offer? Goat to goat in every era, and her magnum opuses, because she has several, because all great goats do. I knew that Sasha Bailey was going to be on here, and I went back and forth. I said, what's one of her modern matches? And Mercedes Athena immediately came to mind. You really had to be there. And also, too, she's just so transcendent, she's been everywhere. You can actually even show them The Mandalorian. Like, my good sister has been everywhere except for work recently. Let's fix that. She's been everywhere except for her job recently. And if she's not back by next weekend, I'm actually filing a missing persons report. Not to get crazy, but I'm dead serious. But even aliens need a CEO. Okay. And so the aliens do need to know that there's a hierarchy around here. You do have a boss, a CEO to be exact. We done with boss, but that we will be showing that to the aliens. Next, 911. Okay, this is why this is what I want to tell you. This show has a powerful message about found family, which is exactly what two species learning how to coexist for the first time need to see. Okay. You see all these freaks and weirdos who have terrible relationships with their families, learning how to coexist and embracing found family. This is how they need to treat us as humans. Okay. Like you need to say, like, yes, we're deeply flawed and we're kind of terrible sometimes, but love, line from the show, love me anyway. You know, literally love me anyway. Please don't eat me. Okay. Love me anyway. My personal recommendations that I would show to the aliens is the cruise ship and the tsunami arcs. I think that those are really important, as well as the call center fire. I think is one of the perfect personal favorite of mine. And I don't think that the call center fire gets a lot of love, and I don't know why. I really don't. I think that we should talk about it more. But I
I
digress.
think this will be what gets us killed. Explaining the concept of a B-NATO to folks,
Actually explaining
to folks from Mars will be what is our end.
I'm actually explaining buddy to aliens. Huh. Oh my god. We're cooked, chat. That's why I said I really tried to lean out of them specifically. I think the cruise ship arc, I think Bobby and Athena is really what's anchoring us here. I think that's what we need to push in front of them. Now
Bobby's dead. They're gonna be like, "Oh, is this what you guys do?" And then they're gonna think that we.
This okay, but that's we're actually going to revisit that concept later in the slide deck. And I still haven't decided how to navigate that. But yes, that's why I would put a little bit of 911 in there, but only I have to approve the episodes first.
PG live 911 watch along.
No, yes, we're definitely doing that for season 10.
That'd be terrible.
No, I think it would be so much fun because I think it'd just be me, la 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 la, and it'd be you, doom, gloom. I think that'd be really fun, actually. At least it'd be entertaining. Fun might be a stretch. Next, Homecoming. I'd actually personally be offended if aliens didn't already know who Beyonce is. I know that sounds crazy, but like I kind of expect you come. It's Beyonce. I do expect you to get with the program. Like you think she wrote Alien Superstar for her health? Hello? What do you think this is? But I think that like Beyonce is just also probably the greatest living representation of the great American songbook as far as like, as far across genre and concepts and musical influences and musical cosigns. And I think her Homecoming show just spans so many of those things. It spans her career. That's what the people need to see. And so I think Homecoming, and because I tried to, was like, okay, what's a one Beyonce album that I would show to aliens, and I'm just like, okay, there's not one single one, right, of just that I think fully captures the essence of who she is. But this show, I think, is her Coachella set. This is what the aliens need to see. Next, this is okay. We're revisiting this concept when we were talking about Bobby Nash. This is the problem, guys. Okay, I do believe we need to share the music of Michael Jackson, Prince, Whitney Houston, and Luther Vandross. 1000%, right? I think it's the best of us, However, my major concern is introducing these aliens to perfection, but then we have to tell them that all these people are dead. I don't know how they're going to take that. I don't know how we're going to handle that. We can introduce again. That's why we have to introduce them to Beyonce separately, because you could be like, yay, she's alive. Yay, yeah, okay, yeah, act 3 coming. Yeah, like, but imagine showing a nigga Thriller and saying, yeah.
Don't get attached.
Fuck your chain. Imagine showing somebody, letting them listen to I Will Always Love You and say, that's it. Imagine turning on one of them late night commercials that they used to play back in the 2000s and they'd be like, here and now. And then Luther's gone. Prince showing them Purple Rain. They're like, oh, who's this guy? He's so cool. Oh, did you like that song? Let me tell you something. You'll never get it. I don't know. Listen, I've actually put together a playlist. I don't know if people want to see it. Let me know in the chat if anybody wants me to share it. I will share it if anybody wants to see it. But I've actually put together a playlist of songs that I would play for aliens. It spans different genres. It has a whole bunch of different stuff. There's like Queen in it. I have Chasing Cars in it because I think like it's a part of who we are as a culture. Derogatory. But yes, I do have a running playlist. Next, Sidney Crosby's 2010 Golden Goal. I'm going to show it to the people because y'all know the aliens are Canada now. I think this speaks for itself. Try not to smile. I don't think you can really watch that clip and not smile. And so I think that, yeah, I would, this is what I would share. The Sidney Crosby 2010 Golden Goal. Next, Real Housewives of Atlanta seasons 1 through 10. I think as far as reality television goes, this is the best that our society has to offer. Put it in the intergalactic Louvre. I think aliens really need that. And The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison, Black literature, I think speaks for itself. I love this book. And the aliens need some culture, It's not every day, la, 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 Thank you for participating. Mine was really short, but I think we had a good time. Thoughts, comments.
I can't disagree with any of those picks. I'm trying to think, what would I add? I would add Hit 'Em Up by Tupac.
I'm sure. Well, I actually put that on the playlist. All of your recommendations that you gave me for the playlist, I actually put them on there.
I think that introducing aliens to, to the best of our society, and then that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. I think that, yes,
that would be crazy.
Parody. There's a lot going on.
But and again, we showing them this record. We gotta tell them Tupac dead too.
Yeah. When do you tell them about Hitler?
We can't.
Ever?
I'm gonna be honest. What's really terrible is that, like, okay, like if we're meeting a new species like right now, right? And we're telling them about the great horrors of society. I'm gonna be honest, Hitler has to wait because we have to tell them about right now.
Well, I mean, I just give them like a big.
Oh, but here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest. Again, the goal is we're trying to convince them not to kill us.
Oh. If
we tell them about Hitler and then they also see the state of our current society, they'll be like, oh, y'all don't learn for shit.
I think that's fair.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to remind ourselves of the actual goal of this.
Someone said heated rivalry. Yeah. Yeah.
I did think about putting heated rivalry on here. And honestly, I was going to put, just forgot to do the slot. Born This Way by Lady Gaga is actually supposed to be on here because I think that's really important.
I think that everyone on Earth and beyond should know about Ilya Rozanov. AJ said 3 Hitler mentions in the last half hour. Yeah, that's not good. And
Actually, but they're all derogatory.
well, yeah, they're always all going to be derogatory. Let me clarify what.
None are positive. I just wanted to put that out there.
We'll never speak positively about Hitler. We can have
Nothing
the Black Girl Wrestling promise.
Nothing is positive.
Someone asked, what non-wrestling sports do you think that people would like? Oh, you put that there. I was like, I didn't put that there.
I just put that there. Okay, so this is the playlist if anybody wants to see it. I don't know if it's public. So
what are other sports that you think that people, the rest or aliens would like?
I think it'll have to be hockey for me, just because like I think not because of like any specific like players. It's just because the mechanics of the sport of like they're doing all this on skates on ice. I think that would be really cool to show somebody. You know, like
I don't know if they'd be impressed by that.
Really? I think it's pretty impressive.
Aliens would love Rhythm Nation. That's a great addition.
It's not an addition because it's already on the playlist.
Well, it's addition to PowerPoint.
Well, actually, I'm just gonna read the playlist because why not? I have time since I went a little short. So I have "Ribbon in the Sky" by Stevie Wonder, "Optimistic" by Sounds of Blackness, "Golden Time of Day" by Maze and Frankie Beverly, "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey, "Crazy in Love" by Beyonce, "Silver Springs" by Fleetwood Mac, "As" by Stevie Wonder, "She's Always a Woman" by Billy Joel, "Baila Esta Cumbia." Did I say that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
"Alien Superstar" by
Beyonce. You gotta tell them that Selena gone too.
All right, man. "Sir Duke" by Stevie Wonder, "Bohemian Rhapsody" by Queen, "Dirty Diana" by Michael Jackson, "Purple Rain" by Prince and the Revolution, "High for This" by The Weeknd, "Under Pressure" by Queen and David Bowie, "Born This Way" by Lady Gaga, "The Final Countdown" by Europe.
They would kill us over that.
What?
The Final Countdown.
Nah, I would be honest. The production on that song is so fire. I ain't gonna lie. I'd have to Let Me Live.
Dog Days Are Over is a great addition.
"Earth Song" by Michael Jackson, "I Have Nothing" by Whitney Houston, "All the Man I Need," "Welcome Home" to Our Troops, the live edition for her live album. I specifically put that version because it's good Lord. It's gorgeous. "Never Too Much" by Luther Vandross, "Revolution" by Kirk Franklin and the Family, "Melodies from Heaven" by Kirk Franklin, "All I Want for Christmas Is You" by Mariah Carey, "Rhythm Nation" by Janet Jackson, "Hit 'Em Up" by Tupac, "No Vaseline" by Ice Cube, "Chasing Cars" by Snow Patrol, "Hiss" by Megan Thee Stallion, "Star Spangled Banner" live at Woodstock by Jimi Hendrix. Baile in can you pronounce that for me? I always get it wrong, but I love it. From Bad Bunny.
Oh, Baile Inolvidable.
Yes, what she said. "Dancing Queen" by ABBA, "Benny and the Jets" by Elton John, "What's Love Got to Do with It" by Tina Turner, "Don't Rain on My Parade" by Barbra Streisand, "International Players Anthem" by UGK, "ATLiens" by Outkast, "End of Days" by Spillage Village, "If You Want Me to Stay" by Sly and the Family Stone, "Grindin' by Clips, and "You Brought the Sunshine" by the Clark Sisters.
And Cotton Eye Joe.
I'm still building this.
There's no line dances on there. There do have to be line dances on there.
That's a really great gap that I did not really acknowledge. Okay, so what would you put? Which line dance would you put on there?
I'd put "Before I Let Go."
That's a really good one.
You think aliens would be down to wobble? AJ said, "Where's the One Direction?" Correct. I would add. My mom said Cotton Eye Joe. I just want to say, and I hope she wasn't watching the whole show, because if she was watching when AJ was on here,
yeah.
What else is there? I would add. Do you have "Dreams and Nightmares" on there?
Oh, that's a good one.
Dreams and nightmares. And yeah, there's nothing from musicals too. Yeah,
There's one on there.
but you need more musicals.
Yes, I do.
Oh, what's that song actually called? I would add like Getting Married from what's it called?
You know what? We need something from Hamilton.
We do. It's got to be My Shot, right? I mean, you got to be basic.
I was thinking Alexander Hamilton.
That's fine. He's not that interesting himself, but so that's cool though.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know, stylistically, the song, like, if I could, if I'm thinking of Hamilton, right, and I have to pick one song from the entire musical to kind of like, because here's the thing, we can't hit everything, right? So a lot of times, some of these songs are going to have to be like, which song is the most musical theater song to ever exist? You know, especially from Hamilton. Like, what is the most biggest production? And I think
it's My Shot.
You really?
I do. And yes, I was talking about Not Getting Married Today from Company. I love that song. That's one of my favorite musical songs. You use nothing from High School Musical. That was a point. There's no Cheetah Girls. Cinderella by the Cheetah Girls needs to be on there.
I can agree with that.
I don't think we need High School Musical. I would actually be fine without High School Musical.
I would too.
Because it's like, we got to think in the grand scheme of ever. I put some Beethoven on there just to show them how music had evolved.
Oh, you know what I will say? I have not really gotten into like scores yet, because like I have like some scores that I want to get into. Like, I think like the Inception score is like outstanding, and so
that might be too similar for them.
I should probably get in it. I don't know. I am torn between My Shot and Alexander Hamilton. Now that I look at it.
Seasons of Love is a great one.
Just like my country, I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not going away. My Shot.
The Wiz.
I could be convinced.
Wiz.
All right. Well, again, I'm not going to finish this today. Oh,
you should put Spice.
Allison, that's a really great point. Yeah. A Little Mix are any of the big girl groups. I'm gonna be honest. We need some Spice Girls.
Yeah, Wanna Be by the Spice Girls.
Spice Girls has to be on here. Again, guys, like I said, I'm working on it. I'm workshopping this. It's
a good start.
Every time I meet people, I tell them I'm working on this, and like, so for example, a girl told me the other day, I was at a graduation party. She was just like, yeah, you should add You Brought the Sunshine by the Clark Sisters. I said, hell yeah, you're completely right.
In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
You guys are so, you know what? This feels like our playlist as a unit. So,
truly, this has been collaborative from the start. Like, I remember I texted the group chat like what was it? Was it last month? And I was like, everybody give me your top 3 of like, if you had 3 songs like you would play for Aliens, what would it be? So
we gotta put We Are the World on there.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like, you know.
That's literally what the song is for.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, one of my favorite videos on the internet is that video of Michael Jackson.
It is.
Well, it's just that they're laughing when they sing.
I think I'm trying to think. When it comes to Spice Girls, I think Wannabe is like the simple answer. Do I think it's their best song? No.
It's not necessarily about the best song, no.
But I do think it's a very girl group song. Like, I think it probably might be the most girl group song to ever girl group.
It serves its purpose.
If you wanna be my lover,
you gotta. Wow.
That's actually one of my go-to karaoke songs.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
When I was in Greece, I sang. There's no Chief Keef on there. When I was in Greece, I sang. I did Chief Keef at karaoke. So I
Finito has to be on there.
Yeah.
You're right.
blow New Jersey up, guys. Fun little tidbit. I did an interview for Black Girl Wrestling the other day with a great up and coming indie wrestler. And I did tell him I was going to blow New Jersey up. So
Try to take my chain. I ain't going. I ain't going. We gonna go blow New Jersey up. Right.
he doubles down. He wants you to know New Jersey's done for.
It's good. Don't call me. Hey man, me don't. All right. Well, folks, this has been so much fun. Got to get up out of here soon because I have to go do a collision after show for a show that I have watched. But I feel like I'm gonna be honest. I feel like I have the gist of what happened.
End of the road, boys to men. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that works. I was trying to say, I was trying to say, is that the message we're going for here? But I can understand that. We can get jiggy with it.
I'm so sorry, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us, for laughing with us. It was some bullshit, so thanks for sticking with us.
No, this actually, I'm gonna be honest. This went so much more organized than I expected today.
Yeah, low-key, yeah.
Maybe it's because of the PowerPoints.
Yeah,
but,
women get shit done. So thank you to Emily for that amazing Golden Lovers PowerPoint. Thank you so much for AJ for all the fun that you provided. Lyric, thank you for that guide to what to do if we're ever encountered with aliens. And thank you, Danielle, for teaching us about our goat. If you have not yet donated to our cause for the National Immigrant Justice Center and the Civil Liberties Defense Fund, that is still open. We're probably going to keep it open. I mean, there's no real harm in closing it like ever. We also acknowledge, we have not necessarily, we haven't pushed this as much as we could have. So we appreciate everybody that has stuck it out with us and has, joined us tonight. And everybody that donated, we love you so much.
Anyway, you want to hear the updated total?
Please.
You want to hear the updated total? We are up to $829. Everybody clap.
That's actually so funny.
It's always so funny because whenever we say oh yeah, we haven't done our part or really pushed this, some people start giving us money out the wazoo. Said don't worry about it, friends. We'll get you there. It's just okay, cool. Love y'all too. Also, to give a shout out. Speaking of somebody who just donated, but she's not here. Thank you, Jalen, and also happy graduation to our class.
Yay! Everybody go follow Jalen and Deeply Unserious Wrestling Podcast and tell them congratulations on graduation. If you want to go faster.
The close personal friend Jalen, we are so proud of you. Congratulations on graduation. Yeah. But on a great note. Yeah. Thanks everybody for donating. Do you anything that you like to plug before we head out of here?
I don't know if you guys know this, but we actually have a fundraiser going on. Beyond that, that's about all I got. Hey, Chloe. Don't worry, you can watch the replay for about 24 hours and this shit coming down. Oh, brother.
Whoa. I'm not gonna lie. We have to do another PowerPoint party. But at some point. This is actually a really fun concept. We just gotta maybe we approve some topics in advance.
I don't think so. I think that it being unhinged and we had no idea.
No, it was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
I think that was great.
And we did this sober.
People want to see.
We did this sober.
Oh, fully, yeah.
Yeah,
it's still daylight out. Okay, Lyric. Anything you want to plug?
No. Well, I'm about to jump to the Fightful Collision after show. I'm filling in today, so
tell them to donate to our stream for my birthday, or else they hate Black women.
Wop wop.
Direct message from Dani.
Yes, at Black Girl Wrestling. People hear that, see that handle, and they mention they get scared.
Good. Tag me at Big Mama. Yeah.
Big BGW, the sheriff around here. Yeah. Don't make me call Dani. Thanks so much, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget. And we will talk to you soon. Bye.
No, we won't. You'll never hear from us again. At least not me.
You play all day, man. Oh, also no Dynamite Diaries this week because Dani has a birthday and she doesn't want to stream. So
no, because it's 3 hours long.
Oh, that's also true too. But no Dynamite Diaries this week. But
we'll be back. We up.
Maybe we might do. Maybe we can all get together and do like a Double or Nothing after a review show or something. Like that.
I'm like, we just did 4 hours like that. We should be good for the next 2 weeks, right?
Well, I'm not saying not a stream, but I said like maybe we can record a review show for Double or Nothing.
I guess. I hate podcasting.
Me too. I will say. I think that's why we never really make a lot of plans. We just really get on here and talk, like, because that's really the fun part. But anything that requires any like actual planning and organization, boo, tomato.
I'll never make it big.
But we'll do something. Yes. See y'all for Double or Nothing, I guess.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.